It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office back at Division? Yeah, in the office, baby. Going up.
That's the way to do it. Into a fun little weekend, fun little Father's Day weekend, all that good stuff. Welcome aboard, Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Dave Biddle in today. CB at the switches. Boys, how we feeling?
Feeling great. How you doing, my friend?
Great. Watching a little golf on the computer this morning because that's the only place to get it now because I guess we've switched to Peacock now for the early portion today. What can I tell you? I don't know what to say. Until 1 o'clock on Peacock, then I guess they do some NBC will jump in at 1 o'clock, and then whatever they're going to do after
Is it 1 o'clock? I thought it was later than that. I'm not a big fan of
I think it's 1 to 7.
We were debating this on the Money show. Like, it's the only sport. It's like, imagine there's a big football game, right? And I know the streaming is different, but there are, the Masters is a good example. There have been many big golf tournaments. You cannot watch anything, whether it's streaming or on TV, till like whatever, name the time. And imagine there's like a big football game on, Anthony. It's like, yeah, I can't wait to watch this. But you can follow like online what the score, but you can't watch till midway through the second quarter. Now, some people might say, yeah, that's cool. That's golf. That's how it is at the Masters. You can't watch the entire tournament. You can watch what they give you. And then some people like me are like, can we just watch the whole thing? Like, what are we doing here? It's the only sport where that's a thing. You know what I mean?
It's a sport that takes a lot more time to go from tip to finish.
True.
Like, if you're going to watch everybody, you've got, they're all not teeing off at the same time. You got people teeing off at 8 in the morning, people teeing off at 2 in the afternoon. Then they'd have to run it from 8 to 6, which, by the way, it used to get me every year that I couldn't fathom why, of all tournaments, the Masters, we couldn't watch from start to finish. The app is a good thing, but having it on TV is a lot better. So now we have it. I had to remind myself that we have it pretty good in that before like 2002, I don't think the Masters even showed the front 9.
Right.
Now, I know it was all about the back 9 there because that's where it starts and those are the fun holes and we get it. Amen corner. It's much more descriptive on the back, but it felt to me impossible. But no, I guess I'm just now conditioned to understand where we are in this world. I can go on the USGA thing. I can watch it live. It's all good. What can I tell you? We'll get some big names this afternoon. But I guess the argument would be a football game, 3.5 hours, golf, you're talking like 12 hours. That's not happening.
But they do it sometimes. Like occasionally they will do it. Like yesterday
British
they did.
Open?
Well, yesterday they did for the first round. USA had it start to whenever they kicked it to NBC, right? So they do it sometimes. So it's not like they can't do it, especially if you split up into two networks. Yeah. It's just weird. I hear what you're saying. But it's like the Olympics, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I know it's, a lot of times it's taped delayed. But if it was in the United States, we'd be watching a lot of it live. And it would be like from the morning till night. They can pull it off.
I'll tell you something. So back I'll even take you guys back, and I don't know when. The lines are really blurred right now for me. But back in the 90s and maybe even in the early 2000s, local television, you were not allowed to show highlights of an event that was going on. And I used to always watch, WGN from Chicago, and they'd come on because they're 10 o'clock news, not 11 o'clock Central Time. And I don't know whether they had some freebie or whether they had some pass because they were a superstation, but Dan Roan, who was the sportscaster, always showed highlights of the Bulls game that was maybe in the third quarter. I'm thinking, how does he get away with that? And then here locally, and this is the God's honest truth. When I was at 6, we would, each station would probably tape the other guys. You want to come back from your sportscast and see, hey, did you beat them? What'd you miss? That's like competitive. Hey, we had that soundbite. We interviewed that guy. They didn't. Where are the highlights of this game? We smoked them tonight. That's it. It's just the real deal. And that pressure was put on internally on your own pride to have the best sportscast in the market. And then the other part was maybe just some pressure based on that you're in the competitive news gathering business. So if I came back up from the studio at 11:35 and watched Channel 4 or Channel 10 and saw that one of them showed highlights of a game that wasn't over, name your game, Cavs, Reds, Indians at the time, whatever it was, the producers would be like, I'm calling. Like, we're getting them.
We're ratting them out.
We're either all playing by the rules or we're not. Now, eventually, it just got softer. The policing of it just became too much. All right, and it wasn't every night, and it didn't happen every night. But the big cardinal sin in local sports casting was that you were not allowed to show a highlight before that damn game was over. And so when the Buckeyes were playing at 8 o'clock or whether it's a night game, it would go through the news. You better make sure the other two affiliates aren't showing it. Like, if you're not, like, are we all on the same page? So I can't remember whether I'd run into Dom or I'd run into somebody else at 4 at the time. Maybe it was Mets all day. I'm like, you showing highlights tonight? Or you'd call the other guy, you know? It wasn't even like you'd be like,
what are we doing here?
Especially on the weekend.
We're both breaking the rules.
Absolutely.
Or like I'm turning you in. Like,
absolutely. So on the especially on the weekend where everything's a little more casual, like who's going to get caught on the weekend? And so, you know, and by the way, when you're doing the weekend sports, your sportscast is no longer, it's not like 4 minutes. It's like 8. Because there's not enough news on the weekend. So you could go to the news producer and say, hey, I need a little extra time. And you know what the answer used to be? The response would be, take whatever you need. Basically fill the time. I go down there with 10 tapes. You know, I think I once did a local sportscast in town that probably went over 7 minutes. But that was back in the day when you didn't have that smartphone in your back pocket and, you know, you kind of needed it. But yeah, we were not allowed to show it. So like, today would be interesting because if NBC is showing golf from 1 to 7, technically speaking, Channel 10 and Channel 6 should not be able to show it. Any highlights? Tiger? No. Now, I could be wrong. I've been out of it for a while. Maybe there is something that isn't embargoed anymore. Because back in the day, like CB and I have talked about this. Oh, just throw up a courtesy. Well, what does that mean in television? That means throw up the little bug that says courtesy NBC. That's not how you, quote, get away with it. You know that whole thing they say at the end of sporting events? Without express written consent, you can't rebroadcast, da-da-da-da-da. That's actually real. You can't just take it and rebroadcast it as your own. So here we are. I'll be curious. So when they come on NBC, I hope it didn't change anybody's plans today, but technically they shouldn't be allowed to show any live golf until NBC signs off at 7 o'clock.
It's interesting. And I remember ESPN talking about this way back in the day, how they're all excited they could show live highlights of MLB games. Games in progress. And they explained how, like, that's not a thing. We were able to make an agreement with MLB. We can show you live highlights, games in progress.
For the MLB network.
I remember thinking, well, this was ESPN. I remember thinking they were like a partner with MLB. They're showing games, and they had to get, like, this special deal on the side that they could show. Does MLB has like the worst marketers in the world. I mean, like they just, with their blackout stuff and stuff like this, even though it was back in the day, like, oh yeah, we're going to make a special exception. You can show highlights. You don't want to promote your sport. How about promote your sport? You're falling behind, and we know this. I mean, this happened long ago. You fell behind football long ago. You fell behind basketball. You might have fallen behind soccer. If you're Major League Baseball and people want to show your live highlights, you should be coming out of the woodwork. Please show our live highlights. Yeah. It's so funny, like how, you know, people like think that, oh, we're helping our business here, where you're really hurting your business. Yeah, but you're right. Part of it is promotion. The angle I take is that you're, you know, competing locally, right? And so if we have something on our air that's airing right now that's preventing us from doing a newscast, you can't then have the best of both worlds. Do your newscast and take the highlights. And I'll tell you what, it happened a lot at Muirfield back in the day. You're doing live shots. By the way, you know when that tournament ends. Tournament ends right around 6 o'clock or a little after if it's not going in a playoff. And you're up on that perch ready to do a live shot. You know, when we were doing that newscast at 6 o'clock, they'd come on the air. Golf wasn't over. It's still being shown on CBS.
and you're just waiting for that thing to end. And then there was a whole rigmarole about, well, when golf ends or when the coverage ends? It's when the coverage ends. It's when they actually sign off. So if Nance is still talking and the golf is over, you technically still can't show highlights. And there was always that gray period, like, all right, it's 6:22. They're coming to you live at Muirfield. Wait, can we show highlights? The golf's over. No, you can't. What are you going to do? What, throw up a leaderboard? Come on. So everybody kind of went a little soft on it. I'm not so sure. Maybe I just brought it back to light, which is awesome. But that's the story. I am watching, obviously, as you are, the golf, and I'm not really confident that Scotty Scheffler is going to be around this weekend.
That's crazy. We're talking about Scotty Scheffler. Oh, he's not going to be in contention on Sunday? Yeah, because he might miss the cut.
Yeah.
And that's crazy we're talking about that.
Best player in the world, most dominant player in the world, just won. And by the way, I don't know. Maybe if he does miss the cut, maybe they will ask him, what was it like to play the week before the major? How much did that affect you? The course change. We talked about that. Muirfield was not a super tune-up for Pinehurst. Just a different place.
You called that.
These are the upside down cereal bowl greens, right? I mean, it's crazy there. So, you hook a shot at Pinehurst, you're in a Columbus. You're not in the rough where these guys are so good they can get out. So we'll see. He's at +5 right now. We're probably thinking the cut at this point is probably going to be about +3. So he's got to make a pretty big move. Rory was up there. I wanted to ask you this. So the big story, Rory's -4. He's one off the lead. And wouldn't it be so ironic with everything he's gone through, being the ambassador of the PGA Tour, separating from his wife, having the rumors being thrown that he's dating the CBS golf reporter, then getting back with his wife this week, that now they've reconciled. Wouldn't it be awesome if after all that, the secret sauce, he wins?
After 10 years of not winning.
Files for divorce.
And gets back with he must have not liked the CBS reporter too much.
No, I don't know if that ever happened.
That was a quick pivot, wasn't it? Colin's like, don't involve me in this.
I don't think it ever really happened. She's reportedly is separated. It's all personal stuff.
I didn't even know this. So, I knew about Rory and his... So, the CBS reporter, I think they know who you're thinking
Amanda
of.
Balianos.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So, there was a rumor that they were together.
Yeah.
Okay. And they were both married at the time?
Well, he's filed for divorce,
yes.
and she's supposedly separated, but nobody knows.
Okay. And we don't know if it was true or not.
No.
It's just a rumor that was out there.
He's back together with his wife.
Now he's back. Yeah, I know that. So, either it never happened or he quickly determined...
Go win it, man.
He quickly determined, I'm going to pivot back to the wife.
That'd be a nice thing if he went on to win it. He's one back of the lead right now. And if no Scheffler this weekend, that's one big dog out of the mix.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you up to date on that. We will do over-unders this hour. Oh, by the way, 12:33, Brian Asamoah, who played football at St. Francis de Sales, went on to Oklahoma, plays for my Vikings, linebacker, third year, already had some injuries, but what a success story. I think he was 66th overall in the draft. He's going to jump on at 12:33. He's bringing a camp back to St. Francis de Sales, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. And so hopefully it'll be a little cooler for him, but we'll have him on. I'll be curious about his story because, he grew up in the shadow of Ohio State, then went to Oklahoma, and turned himself into an NFL linebacker. So we'll do that, and we'll have over-unders, as I say. We'll come back. The pressure on Ryan Day and Ohio State, everybody knows it's there. But is it the good kind? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
When you shop Meijer, you find everything you need at a great price in one stop. Like this Friday and Saturday only. Get pints of blueberries for just 99 cents each. Shop grilling favorites like certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak. And get bulk large sweet cherries for $2.99 per pound. Plus, shoes for the family are buy one, get one for $1. Shop these deals and so many more with the same low Meijer prices online and in store. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Sunday is a time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Devere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Save big money on your landscaping project now at Menards. We're your destination for concrete landscaping blocks. We have the largest in-stock selection, ready to take home today. Plus, you can get free estimates fast using our landscape design program in-store or on Menards.com. Save big on landscaping products when you shop at Menards. View the weekly flyer and check out all of our great deals happening this week today on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Check out the all-new John Hinderer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram facility in Heath and experience the difference. We're your exclusive AgPack dealer, offering up to $30,000 in savings and benefits. And if you're tired of waiting at the dealership for service, take advantage of our service made simple with Carvenience or mobile service. Home of the lifetime powertrain guarantee and one of the largest selections in Central Ohio. John Hinderer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 79 in Heath, or HindererCDJR.com. We love what moves you.
We're feeling the squeeze of high inflation.
Today's record inflationary report means more economic pain ahead for Americans. Costs are up on food, rent, and used cars, and of course, gas, which is up almost 50%.
Ohioans are struggling, but Senator Sherrod Brown voted multiple times to spend our tax dollars on illegal immigrants, voting to give illegals Social Security benefits for work done illegally. And Brown voted in favor of taxpayer-funded health care for illegals granted amnesty, while many Ohio families can't get in to see a doctor. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S3578, the Protect Medicaid Act, and start voting against taxpayer-funded giveaways to illegal immigrants. We need cheaper gas, food, and housing, not handouts to illegals who don't play by the rules. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Increasing sunshine today, highs 84. Tonight dropping down to the lower 60s. And then heading into your Saturday, you'll wake up, it'll be sunny and nice. The clouds will increase by Saturday afternoon, high 82. 91 degrees here on Sunday, and then going 97 for the high on Monday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
This is Rothman and Ice, the #1 rated midday show in Columbus.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
Could be erroneous. We don't know. You heard it on the radio. It must be true. Anthony Rothman, Dave Biddle in for the Iceman today. I was reading something in The Athletic this morning. Ari Wasserman was doing kind of a little bit of a mailbag. And somebody wrote into him and asked him, will Ohio State's massive spending to bring in all this talent actually taint any success they have this year? Because I think there's this narrative, even Ryan Day has stiff-armed it a little bit from his own opinion that, hey, the whole buying a championship, bought and paid for, gift wrapped for us, all that. I understand that narrative. I do. The rich get richer. He's got a lot of talent. They did a lot to bring it in. And here they are. But the question was, having not won recently with maybe some of the best rosters in all of college football, where is that? And Ari had the opinion that he didn't think it would. And you think about it in reverse, as he said, like if Ohio State spends all this money to assemble a roster that's better than most, if not all, teams in college football look at that as, well, now the pressure is immense. Now, would you rather have great talent and a lot of pressure, or not a lot of talent, or not the greatest team in the world and still have a decent amount of pressure? You would take the former all the time. You want the talent. So I agree with his take on that. The pressure now is immense to win based on the roster he's assembled. If somehow things went sideways this year, they pushed all their chips in the middle. Now, I'm not here to tell you that he's gone. I don't know how the season would play out. A loss to Michigan without a natty circled back around it, that's going to be tough to overcome. But you got to see how everything plays out. But I started thinking about how the money has now added to the pressure. The pressure would have been immense anyway. They've lost to Michigan 3 straight years. But now you add what they've done this offseason, and it's almost like people are anointing them as winning the offseason championship, which, we're guilty of too. We see it. We're not blind. We see the talent they bring in. But now they have to stir this drink and make sure it's great. But where do you stand on the all the money bought and paid for type of stuff?
Yeah, I think Ryan Day is at ease with it, and here's why. He knows he's done everything in his power to put his team in the best spot. And, the best team bought. I mean, did people say that, like, when Alabama was doing things behind the scenes, and maybe some other programs? Probably not. So I find that disingenuous to the nth degree. But, yeah, he feels like he's completely at ease with his situation. He knows there's pressure, but he doesn't give off that air that he's, like, under big pressure, because he knows – since the Cotton Bowl, Anthony, I mean, he has worked his butt off, and I think he has hit. We'll see. We'll find out if these are home runs that he hit. I think he's hit home runs left and right. And, yeah, the NIL completely was the main factor of a lot of those guys coming back. Like, JT Tuimoloau wanted to come back, but if the NIL wasn't right, JT wouldn't have come back. Okay, that's just a fact. And there's other guys that fall into that category. There's certain guys that, as long as NIL was okay, still would have came back. For all those guys that come back, and I don't think any of them would have been first-round picks. Denzel Burke's the one that I think might have been able to sneak into the first round, but most of those guys would have been second- and third-round picks. That says a lot that they all came back. So what do I make of that? I think Ohio State internally does not care at all. They know, and I like how Ryan's just being upfront about it. He's like, our goals are to beat that team up north and win the national championship. Boom. A lot of times, Anthony, and that's a bold statement. Here's why. A lot of times, as you know, coaches will say, our goals are to win the champion or win the league and then compete for a national championship. We want to compete for a national championship. Ryan Day's not using that vernacular. He's saying our goals are to win the national championship, not compete for it. So they've got the roster to do it. They're all in. He knows there's pressure on him, but I get the air that he's like, feels like he's done everything to put his team in the best spot.
Yeah, I don't think not embracing it wouldn't make any sense either. It's there. Everybody knows it. You got to lean into it now. I mean, certainly some coaches might take that view where, hey, let's. I'm not going to guarantee anything. Let's not set our guys up for. Let's try to take the pressure off the team a little bit publicly. I think they all know it now, and I'm glad you said that stuff about NIL because it can be everything, and it's not a negative. You can come back for so many reasons. It doesn't have to just be about the money and the deal. It doesn't have to be just about trying to win a title. But I don't like the part where they say, where they're only packaging up people are only packaging up as, well, they only came back because they want to win. It's not only. Maybe for some guys they did, but there's a lot to it. Think about yourself and the things that you want to achieve and do. It's not always just one singular thing. You're not taking that new job just because of the money. Maybe it's because the hours are better. It's more flexible. You like where you can move. Or we're going to talk about Dan Hurley again, a guy that didn't take the money. But if he would have gone to the Lakers, would it have only been about the money? Only? No, it wouldn't have been. It would have been the Lakers. It might have been LeBron at the end of his career. It might have been, let's go try to win a Larry O'Brien. I've won championships in college. There's so many reasons. So I'm happy that they have this pressure. They're always going to have it. But you, like I said at the beginning, you're going to much rather have the team that can actually live up to the pressure. There will always be at Ohio State, and there should always be. This isn't just some middling stepping stone job. This is a double-digit millions type of job with a lot more millions being thrown around to the staff and players and whatever they're going to get and hopefully earn. But, yeah, I'm happy he's done it. He's a guy you really want to root for, but he knows it just like Chris Holtmann knew it, that how you're judged at Ohio State is in winning time when it matters most.
And I love that he's not in denial about that. Didn't it feel like, I'm curious, not that he was complete in denial about it. It felt like Cooper was a little bit in denial about the Michigan game. And maybe it was just defense mechanisms saying things like, it's just another game. He wasn't saying that by the end of his tenure. Ryan Day gets it and is not shying away from it at all. He realizes what happened, the last few years. And they were very close. Let's keep in mind, they were within this much of winning the national championship 2 years ago. They outplayed Georgia in Georgia's backyard. If they win that game, they're beating TCU. Okay? That's how close he was. 2019, he was really close. They are very, very confident, Anthony, that they've got the roster to do it, and they could even withstand some injuries and still do it. And with a 12-team playoff, you got a little bit of leeway. You don't want to lose any games, but if you happen to lose a game, even two, if you're Ohio State and you sit there and you've lost 2 games, you're going to be in the 12-team field. So they're ultra confident. And if you're a Buckeye fan, I think this is the year the 10-year, quote-unquote, drought is going to end. I do think they're the best team. Georgia's very good. I think Kirby Smart, if you gave him truth serum, would take Ohio State's roster over his roster. He's got the better quarterback. He's got the better offensive line. I think Ohio State's better at every other position group.
Sometimes you're a victim of your own success, and it happens. I mean, when Coop came in, you talked about him. I mean, Ohio State's coming off 3 loss seasons every year, right, with Earl. So and sometimes, competition is different in different eras, and it's just different. But when you start winning 11 games and you only have 1 loss, and that is the loss, then you're a victim of your own success. Wait a minute, you're that good, but you can't win that game. The 9 and 10 win seasons that Earl was having were somewhat celebrated. And so Coop kind of fell into that, and he was getting all that talent. And that's the thing, and that's the difference. If you're going to if everyone's saying you got the best talent in the world and then you can't get over on that game, then it's going to be magnified. All right, we're going to come back. Brian Asamoah, St. Francis de Sales, Minnesota Vikes, on his favorite Ohio State game. It may not be why you think. That's next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh, call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Common Man and T-Bone.
But when you put in...
That's a great point, Bone.
Why don't you make a little bit more noise over there, Timmy?
Timmy.
I was sorry, Timmy's here.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey you, yeah you, here's a summer treat from Giannino's. Get a medium one-topping pizza for only $8. Giannino's Pizzeria in Pickerington and Westerville. You want a piece of me? Huh? Some restrictions apply.
Hey, are you having a hard time dealing with high-interest credit card debt? It's normal, and a SoFi personal loan could help you save thousands by consolidating your DEBT to one low fixed monthly payment. You could get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign, with no fees required. It only takes 60 seconds to view your rate, and it won't affect your credit score. View your rate at SoFi.com/paid off. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/paid off. NMLS 696891.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a Father's Day gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. For Father's Day, upgrade his gear with the Husky 270-piece mechanics tool set from the Home Depot. Just $99. Perfect in the hands of a pro or a dad. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Helping you ace your afternoon. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, welcome back into Rothman and Ice. And such a prideful moment here when you see a guy who developed here in Columbus, Ohio, go on to do great things. He was the 66th overall pick out of Oklahoma to my Minnesota Vikings. He is Brian Asamoah, the linebacker in purple. Brian, great to have you on the program.
And thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is very cool. I know you got the camp coming up a week from this weekend. We'll talk about that. But the giving back and coming back to Columbus has to be special for you. St. Francis de Sales, you're a proud stallion, so this has to be pretty cool for you.
Definitely. I'm always thankful that I get the opportunity to come back and just showcase, I guess, a collective group where kids can come together and get better and hone in on their skills, but also teach them life skills that they will use later on. So it's a awesome privilege to have, and I'm super grateful and thankful to be a part of it.
Yeah, we'll tell people who are listening how to be a part of this. It's the youth football camp. It is Saturday, June 22nd at St. Francis de Sales High School. The camp's going to be from 10 to noon. You'll have kids there from 3rd through 12th grade. They all get fed. They get the skills training that you mentioned, the camp T-shirt, and a lot more. Brian, how do kids or parents that are listening who want to get their kids involved in your camp, how do they do that?
So we actually sold out, but we accept people to come actually through the sales the day of and get signed up, because we did sell out online in terms of the sign-up sheet. So, no, everybody can come up. We encourage walk-ups so that we can have this whole thing packed and fun, and everybody can get the opportunity to learn for sure.
Do you kind of look back and think about what Columbus meant to your development and maybe how fortunate you were to kind of land here?
Oh, I'm extremely grateful. I can't thank my parents enough, just because I was born in Newark, New Jersey. So my dad getting that new job offer to come out here in Columbus, where I then was raised, and having the opportunity to go to St. Francis de Sales definitely was a big point in my life where everybody at the Sales knows that I'm extremely grateful for them just welcoming me with open arms and huge kudos to Ryan Wiggins, who is the head coach over there, that helped develop me into, a young man going to Oklahoma to continue my career and obviously continue to get to where I am right now. So Columbus, Ohio, will always have my heart.
Brian Asamoah with us, the Vikings linebacker out of St. Francis de Sales, played at Oklahoma. Take me back to that time. You had other offers. I know you played in the shadow here at Ohio State.
I actually took one official visit to Oklahoma, and I just absolutely loved it. And it was kind of interesting because after that visit, people were just crystal balling me to go to Oklahoma when I even haven't committed yet. But it was just, people just thought that. And funny story, Ohio State played Oklahoma that year. So throughout that year, my senior year, I wasn't really getting looked at by Ohio State. I don't know why. It's always, I look back and I laugh, you know what I'm saying? But maybe God wanted it that way. But yeah, they were looking at me a little bit, but never really received a scholarship offer. So the second week of my senior year, Oklahoma played Ohio State at Ohio State. Tuesday, committed to Oklahoma. Friday, the Oklahoma coaches came to my football game. I did well, and then actually had tickets as a recruit to Ohio State, which is extremely funny to me. And then once I committed, they took them away. And I was able to get to the game. Yeah, it's funny. I was able to get to the game because I had some friends that at the time were Ohio State's season ticket holders. So I got into the game, and then at halftime I creeped like recruiting section because I knew everybody there, and it was funny. It was funny and cool to see Oklahoma get that win, and then see Baker plant that flag, and just wrap up my new teammates as we took on a good Ohio State team and beat them at their home, and went on to we went to the college football playoffs and fell short, but that was kind of like my recruiting process. It was enjoyable. It was fun, and I'm happy I landed at Oklahoma because eventually it became the best thing for me.
It was meant to be, clearly. Brian Asamoah, the Vikings linebacker out of Oklahoma at St. Francis de Sales. The idea of being a linebacker in the Big 12, this isn't just, plugging holes and being that physical guy. You've got to do so much more because these offenses are designed so specifically. What was that like trying to be very good in college at that position in that conference?
Obviously, in the Big 12, it's a heavy pass offensive league. So, honestly, I think it helped transition linebackers. As you see, like linebackers that played in the Big 12, they actually do better in the NFL once they get to that next level because, one, they're just taught at a young age or as a freshman play the pass. And now, this game of football is becoming a heavy passing league. So I think that the development from me being at Oklahoma actually helped me in the National Football League. And, every linebacker wants to be a run stopper, and every linebacker wants to get TFLs. But, you just got to know that whatever job that you have to do to help the team win, if it's getting 3 tackles, but you're sitting in windows because you're playing, pass defense, doing your job. So, and at that point, and once you're doing your job and you're at the University of Oklahoma contributing to the team, you're going to get drafted because you're going to the University of Oklahoma. 1, if you're a starter, and then 2, if you're out there just making plays. So, I always tell kids it's not about, where you go, but, what you do when you get the opportunity when you do go there. And, I was able to take advantage of all my opportunities when I got my first start my junior year. And from there, I'd never looked back. I was able to help the team win games, become a leading tackler, both of my years there. And from there, I was just gifted and blessed enough to get drafted, 66 overall to the Vikings. So whatever talent they saw at the University of Oklahoma from my tape, man, they obviously seen that it would transcend into today's game. So like I said, everything always happens for a reason. So I laugh sometimes when I hear people say, Big 12 doesn't play no defense, but you see a lot of defensive players get drafted from the Big 12.
This is going to be a great time, a week from Saturday. And you heard Brian say you can just show up at St. Francis de Sales. They want everybody there. If you're 3rd through 12th grade, you have a child there that wants to be involved. The camp's going to be from 10 to noon.
Yes, and registration is at 9:15 a.m. for everybody listening as well. Get there on time so that this camp can start on time and we can handle business for sure.
Is Chrome coming along for the ride? Young Chrome, if you guys don't know, I'm a big dog guy, and I know you have Chrome.
Yes, Chrome is my little Frenchie. He actually just turned 3 last month. Chrome will be back in Columbus, Ohio, but a day like that is kind of hectic for him, so he won't be at the camp, but he will be with me in Columbus, Ohio, for sure.
I love it. I love what you do. I do a lot for dogs here in town and pushing rescue and shelter dogs. I know the Vikings have that going on too, and I love little Chrome. I love seeing the videos, and I love the way that you get it. You're wired. You understand. You understand the bond that they have with their people and their family. You're his entire life, and now he's kind of yours, and that's what creates those roots and the passion and everything, the love. So, Brian, this is awesome. I'm happy to have you on the program. It's so nice of you to pay forward here back in Columbus, Ohio. Any other athletes that are going to be coming along for the ride that you want to put out there? Anybody coming to the camp that people should know about?
Yes, so Derek Forrest, who is out of Columbus, Ohio, went to Walnut Ridge High School, played college football at Cincinnati, and then actually is playing for the Washington Commanders right now. He's going to be there. We also have a former Wisconsin Badger who's going to be coaching the wide receivers, Rob Wheelwright. And then we have Morgan Ellison, who is a running back right now in the USFL, who's going to play in the USFL championship this Saturday. And once he wins that championship, he's going to come to Columbus and help out coach the running backs. Then you have me coaching the linebackers, along with some of my guys from Ohio State. CJ Hicks, if you guys know him, he'll be there coaching linebackers as well. Patrick Omame, offensive lineman coach, who played at St. Francis de Sales, went on to Michigan, played in the National Football League for about 10 years, just retired, and is coming back to come coach the offensive line. D-line, we have a lot of guys played in the city that went to Ohio State coming back. So this is a heavily pipeline of Ohio State athletes and, NFL coaches or former NFL players coming to coach your kids. So it's a wonderful opportunity for kids to come in, get critiqued on their game, and actually take skills that they could use moving forward. We really focus on the development of the kids. And, that's why I essentially created this annual camp where kids can come in and really get real coaching from players that have played the game at a high level or is playing the game at a high level. And, we really just want to see everybody eat and have the same opportunity, and one day use their platform like I'm using it and give it back to the community so that we can develop more guys and more kids in the state of Ohio and then the city of Columbus to, bring the talent up more, and also get our name out there as a state that definitely produces athletes all positions.
Quite a role model. If you're listening now, you can just tell. You earned some more fans today. I know that. I've always been one, and I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing you a week from Saturday there at St. Francis de Sales. Brian Asamoah, the Vikes linebacker out of St. Francis de Sales. Well done, my man. Be well, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Take care. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you for having me.
You got it. And we'll see you a week from Saturday. Once again, a week from tomorrow, St. Francis de Sales, Brian Asamoah and his youth football camp. We'll come back into the weekend with overs and unders. Play along. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you don't like listening to Morning Juice, Bobby Carpenter's man nipples will punch you in the face. For real.
You want to fight, do you? Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is. But the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it. Because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Refresh yourself with an any-size frozen drink like a Sprite Lemonade for just $1.79 and paired with a McCrispy and fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
every shot, every goal. ESPN Bet has fans covered for the biggest moments on the road to the championship. The exclusive sportsbook of ESPN is the only place to find special offers and promotions from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities throughout the playoffs. New users can get a bet reset up to $1,000 in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Bobby Carpenter here for Ohio Mulch. This Father's Day, show Dad some love with Ohio Mulch. Enjoy 35% off bulk mulch, perfect for adding that finishing touch to Dad's landscaping masterpiece. That's not all. Get 3 bags of nutrient-rich Green Envy soil for just $10 now through Sunday. Stop into any of Ohio Mulch's 25 convenient locations to see what all the excitement is about. Make this Father's Day one to remember with Ohio Mulch. Visit them online at ohiomulch.com for more details. That's ohiomulch.com.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Big things are happening on the east side. We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Shop lindsayhonda.com and see new Hondas with thousands in savings plus many other deals. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
We are back, and we are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
That's right, Ron. I mean, in one corner, we've got a 175-pound guy, and in the other, a 6,000-ton heavyweight train.
Jim, this guy has no idea what he's getting himself into.
It's no contest. Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks? Think train.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Overs and Unders.
All right, CB, what you got cooking? Do I want to ask?
Yeah, it was an okay week for both of you last week. You both broke even on it, both 3-3. You missed the Kyrie Irving over-under on his total points in game 2.
We both did.
Ice also missed that. You then missed the Nick Lodolo strikeouts. You went under. He had 7 in that game against the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
He missed both the Josh Naylor over-under on total bases. That went under. And the tournament winner last week was under 10.5, so you both missed that. And that's it.
That one hurts the most, I think. When I saw Scotty Scheffler get to like 11 on Saturday, I was like, okay. And you're over under with what, 10.5?
I moved it down to 10.5.
We thought this is a lock.
There's no way he's going back. Right, I would have agreed. There's no way he's going backwards.
Then the win.
And if he does go backwards, he's not winning. He went backwards and he won.
And Jack went out there and took the roller to the greens and turned on the air conditioning a little bit and made sure we were back in single digits. All right, what you got?
All right, our first one, we will start with Game 4 in the NBA Finals. Jaylen Brown, his total points in that game is over under 24.5.
It's a tough call because it's a closeout game, and so you don't know whether they're going to need it or not. Listen, he's beaten this number only once in this series, so it's not like that's a total lock. He seemed like he hammered it against Indiana, and I know he did it a few times against your Cavs. So the odds would say he could get to 25 points in a closeout game. Just how much energy and passion do they need? They got the game coming back to Boston in their back pocket to win. I'm going to say that Dallas shows some pride tonight and they keep him under 24.5. I'll take the under.
I'm also going
whenever
under.
That game is.
Like Anthony said, he's done it once. He can do it. I just think that's a high number. I'm surprised it's that high. I'll go under.
All right, next up, Luis Castillo, the former Red. He will face the Texas Rangers tonight. His strikeout total is over under 6.5.
Ooh, this is a good one. I'm going to go under. Here's why. But I tend to take unders with strikeout props. Here's why, as far as pitchers. Because, you could get shelled early, get knocked out of the game. You could get hurt, get knocked out of the game. A lot has to go right for you to hit the over. You have to go deep into the game, theoretically, right? And then 7 strikeouts is actually a lot. Now, he can definitely get there, so I'm very tempted to take the over, but I'm going under.
Yeah, against the Rangers, they strike out about, they're middle of the road, I think, probably about 7.5 per game. He pitched against them a while back and had a half dozen. You go under or over?
I went under.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under on 6.5 Ks. 6 is still a great game, and he might get to that.
All right, we got a line here in the WNBA. I've got Kelsey Plum. She faces her Vegas Aces. They face New York Liberty tomorrow. Her over-under for points is 18.5.
18.5. Pretty good number against a good team. She's going to have to hit threes to get this done, which she can. But I'm going to take the under on 18.5.
Is it weird? I've never heard of her. And I've started to get into women's basketball the last few years.
Tell them who she is. Yeah, she was married to Darren Waller, who they got the divorce.
The recently retired Darren Waller.
Yeah.
So she's been in the league for a while. Where'd she go to college?
Washington.
Okay, I've never heard of her. Okay, so
she's been around.
Just since I just offended her by never hearing of her, I'm going to take the over.
Former first overall pick.
Over. Yeah, come on. I'm like Bill Burr when it comes to the WNBA. If you know what I mean.
Let me ask you a little bit of a question.
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah. Have you seen his bit on the WNBA? It's a couple years old.
Why would you think that I would know anything about the WNBA?
Name me 5 players in the WNBA.
Exactly.
He was challenging the crowd. It was so funny. Now people could name 5 players in the WNBA easily.
Plum. I know nectarines.
Now
I know anything about plums.
You got Caitlin Clark and Plum. That's 2.
All right, next up, the U.S. Open winner. This one's difficult because Pinehurst, number 2, they've played there twice before for the U.S. Open back in, I believe, 99 and 05. Keimer won at 9 under back in 05.
Played it again in 14, right?
I'm sorry, you're right. I was thinking of the wrong dates. Yeah. Keimer won it in 14 at 9 under, and then I think it was a Michael Campbell won it in 05.
Beat Tiger
at even par.
Yeah.
So very extreme.
Well, they've redone it.
That's fair. I will say, I'm just going based off of what the leaderboard looks like right now. Okay. I will set the over-under at 7.5 under par.
I'll go over. You can see how confident I am by the way I answered that question, Colin. I'll go over. I think the winner is going to be 8 under or better. So 8 under, 9 under, 10 under. You had Cantlay shot 5 under the first round. I don't think he's going to be able to keep that up. I'll go over, but it's a great one.
Who's leading right now? Roger Daltrey of the Who?
Thomas Dietrich.
Who is leading?
Your favorite German who was born in Brussels. Figure that out. He's German. It's close enough. But yeah, Thomas Dietrich and Patrick Cantlay are tied 5 under right now.
And you're giving me a 7.5 of an over-under, and you're taking the over.
I'm taking the over.
Boy, there are just a ton of red numbers out there. It feels, they could really dry these things out and make them even tougher than they are. All right, I'm going to take the under. It's a tough call just because when Keimer did his 9 under. Everybody else was nowhere to be found. And so he was just a one of one. I am a little afraid of this many red numbers at this point in the tournament, but I'm going to take the under.
All right, real quick for the final two. Let's do Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Panthers-Oilers, the first period only, over under 1.5 total goals.
I'll take the under. They've not gone over this number in the first 3 games. I think there's maybe been a goal in each first period.
I believe
but that's
on
it.
Bet365 it's plus 200 to hit the over.
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under as well. And the Oilers have been, at least they didn't quit last night for a change.
Bobrovsky's ripped out their soul.
Yes, they're done. I thought they were going to win the series. I was completely wrong.
Finally, the weather. It's going to get super, super hot starting on Sunday. We will set the high temperature for the weekend over under 91.5 degrees.
Are we allowed to look at our weather apps? Good.
You can,
I am.
yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 91.5. Ooh, jeez. We've hit the dog days already. It's not even technically summer. I will go, this is probably wishful thinking. God, I hate when it's in the 90s. I'll go under.
Yeah, CB's boiling a pot roast. How hot and wet do you like it?
You don't even need the crock pot.
Very hot and awfully wet. I am going to, as I just sneak in a little naked gun. I'll take the over. I think that pot roast is going to be very hot and awfully wet. We'll come back, top of the hour, Sports Center update here, and we'll get into a little bit of what LeBron texted Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley has revealed this. Tell you what it is next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Dad, he teaches everything. How to throw, catch, mow the lawn. One day a year is about him. So let's spoil him with an amazing grill from Billiards Plus. Napoleon, Louisiana, and other top brands at great prices. Some with up to 30-year warranties. Do it for Dad. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Are you feeling unsure about your current heating and cooling system? With Custom Air's Comfort Consultants, you can get a thorough assessment of your current HVAC equipment and explore future options for replacements, ensuring you make the right choice for your home sweet home. Take control of your comfort and peace of mind today. Go to customairco.com or call us at 614-552-HVAC to schedule your complimentary consultation with one of our experts. Custom Solutions, Custom Comfort, Custom Air.
Open your door to a beautiful Nature Stone basement floor. This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone. June only, we're making huge deals for Dad with savings up to 50% off any basement or indoor floor. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Timmy Hall. Good afternoon. I'm in U.S. Open mode, baby. Major championship golf at Pinehurst #2 this weekend. Round 2 is humming along, and although he's not been arrested, Scotty Scheffler is likely not going to be around for the weekend unless things change. Projected cut line is 4 over par. Scotty just tapped in his second round. He's 5 over. Rory was in his group. He's in good shape. 1 off the lead at 4 under par heading to Saturday. Xander is 1 under. Your leaders, Thomas Dietrich and Patrick Cantlay at 5 under. Tiger teeing it up in 15 minutes. Starts on the cut line at 4 over. The 2 Buckeyes in the field. Maxwell Moldovan, 13 over par. Tied for 151st. Not so hot. Neil Shipley, the low am at the Masters. He is even par. He tees off at 209. Could have a champion crown tonight. It would be the Boston Celtics trying to sweep the Mavericks. Coverage right after the Buckeye Show. This one's sponsored by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
Second hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Dave Biddle in today. Do a little pressure cooker at 120. And we got a quarterback getting paid. All sorts of cool stuff today. Jensen Lewis tossed some chin music in the final hour, 2:33. I did see that Joey Chestnut is actually hopeful that he can get back in to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He's broken his silence on the ban. And so you're saying there's a chance. Listen, he's a 16-time mustard belt winner.
No ketchup allowed.
I guess he went to the Fever Atlanta Dream game, and he was asked. I have not heard this interview. This was on 3. CB, have you heard this? I just want to make sure that...
Yeah, it looks like a little like courtside after the game interview or something.
See what Jaws had to say.
I'm just wondering, after everything that's kind of happened this week, how you're feeling, how you're doing, if you have any regrets in that easy decision?
I don't, personally, I have no regrets. It's unfortunate that negotiations and contract negotiations became public.
Do you have any hopes? Do you think they might reconsider letting you in?
I'm very hopeful that things can get worked out. But, it's like, I'll be ready if we can't get things worked out. I'll be hungry.
And then obviously new opportunities coming up with the whole Netflix thing. How excited are you for that?
I couldn't really hear, but I'm really excited about the Netflix contest. Me and Kobayashi, we're my biggest rival forever, and I'm just really excited to be able to eat against him again.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
I feel like he's already in a food coma. Like that doesn't sound like a guy who's excited about promoting this Netflix live event, Unfinished Beef, me against Kobayashi. Like, I maybe she caught him off guard a little bit, but I mean, he's just a regular guy. But I would think at this point he'd be like, hey, listen, I want both contests are very good. I've got my own thing going right now. Nathan's is going to be great still, but I got on Labor Day, you're going to want to be on your couch watching. Like, there was no promotion to it. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. You know, Kobayashi's been a big rival of mine, but he's broken now. He can't eat much anymore, but I'm really excited to be able to eat against him. Is that how you would say it? I'm excited not to play. I'm excited to eat
against him.
I think
guess
it's just
what you would say.
He puts the eat
just
to compete.
Eat. I like. Yeah, I like that.
What if he would have dropped that? I put the
eat and you need to be his
come
agent.
on, Jaws. Let's get going. September 2nd is about 80 days away.
Let's go.
I'm there. All right. So Dan Hurley, who turned down the Lakers job, he's been on a couple interviews now. I think he went on with Coward. I think he's been on with Lebitard. He's kind of making the rounds now that he's back at UConn. And he said he received some support from LeBron over the weekend. The most thing that I really was more curious about was how much did LeBron want him, right? I don't think we know that. He turned down 6 years, $70 million to stay in stores and coach that college team. And he revealed his communication with LeBron. He said, we had some text messages and, incredible message from him over the course of the weekend, just talking about basketball and some different things. And letting me know that if he was there in L.A., that I would have his support. He goes, just think about that. It blew my mind. Well, okay. I mean, I'm hoping. And then we got into a text exchange, and the exchange even went through when I chose to go in another direction. So, it blew my mind when I got a text from LeBron James. You kind of knew that going in. He plays for the team. You interviewed for the job. He is a player on the team. I have no problem with him interviewing for the job. That's a cool thing. They want to court you and bring you in. But he was on Le Batard's show, and he asked him a question, and it's a very good question. It's just one that no one would ever admit.
Is there an amount of money, Dan? Is there an amount of money that they could have offered that would have changed the decision?
Yeah, I think to leave there probably is, to leave a place at any moment in your life. I think that, to say that it's not a motivating factor, the finances to leave a place is definitely a thing. To stay at a place, I don't think it's ever going to be a thing. To stay somewhere like UConn, it would never have been, I think, a financial thing. Again, this wasn't some pressure tactic to make me the highest paid college coach. That was already done. But to leave a place, that you feel the way we do, and the family connection with my wife, my sons, my mother-in-law, my brother, my father, who I know how much it means to my dad to go to the Big East tournament and to come to, 10 UConn games a year at home and sitting courtside when I'm coaching against Rick Pitino, to leave all that behind, there probably is a number. I don't know what that is.
It's a great answer. It's honest and it's hypothetical. So I can't answer that question and say, well, if the Lakers would have offered $100 million like it was rumored, I was taking it. $70 million versus $100. We get the difference. But lifestyle, generational type stuff, it doesn't make a difference. So you're starting to put a price tag on the other things. The other thing I like about it is the fact that people said, he took this interview for leverage. I got to tell you, he had all the leverage he wanted. He's won two natties. He's going for a third. He's got it going. If the recruiting is still there and the NIL and everything else is in place, they got the guy. Did he take a Lakers interview if the rumored salary could get him more at UConn? Then maybe I understand you could leverage it for even more, but I don't know what UConn's cutoff would be. I don't know if they'd say, hey, this is our best and final offer. You want to go take the Lakers job, go take it. But
that's the thing. I mean, he's already making what? Do we know his exact salary?
He's making only like 6 or 7.
I love it's only.
Yeah. Well, so compared to some of these guys that are making 9 and 10. Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying. And the Lakers were pretty much doubling that, right? But if you're making $6-7 million a year, you have more money than you'll ever know what to do with, right? So it's not like they're really changing your life. Yeah, everybody wants more money.
It was a 6-year, $32 million contract after the first title. So you would probably assume there's probably negotiations on maybe editing it this offseason.
Yeah, so talking
what's he making?
He was making about, a little over 5 now. He's probably making
He's
over
probably
6.
going to get up around 8, I'd probably guess.
So, yeah.
So would that make him the highest paid? Or was Calipari?
I believe Bill Self is at 9.6.
Okay. Yes, I mean, you look at it. I mean, if the Lakers really, really wanted him, it sounds like they did. If it would have taken an extra $30 million and you're the Lakers, you should have done it. You're offering him 70, and if it would have, assuming he would have taken it if that was his line of demarcation, then offer him that money. Now you're scrambling. You're going to hire maybe a first-time ever coach at any level in J.J. Redick. Okay, maybe that'll work out. Maybe it won't. Here's another thing, Anthony. I thought all along the right move was for him to stay at UConn. Here's why. It'd be different if you're talking about LeBron still in his prime, or you think the Western Conference isn't that strong, and hey, we got to. Dude, the Lakers have 0 chance of competing next year. Does anybody disagree with that? I mean, they'll be competing for a play-in game. The Western Conference is brutal. They have no chance at all of competing for a championship. And you got to play 82 games, and you got to deal with grown men. You're making how much money? Oh, you're making $12 million. You're the richest guy, right? No, you're dealing with guys making 4 times that with LeBron and Anthony Davis. Okay, so, and then at UConn, you're the 2-time defending national champion. You get to play about a third of those games, and but he's got to deal with the transfer portal. People said, why would he want to deal with you mean the transfer portal that he absolutely killed last year and brought in like 3 studs from the portal? He does the transfer portal better than anybody. So, unless the Lakers were going to absolutely just blow his socks off with an offer, I think he made the right call. No doubt about it.
So I agree wholeheartedly with you. There is something about that prestige and about that market and about that history. Now, it's very hard to take that away completely and just remove that from your mind. But like you said, what do they really have going forward? They're as volatile as any team going. All they do is go through coaches. Now, he wouldn't be one of them because of the deal he's going to get, but they have just been in a horrible way, and they are a championship or bust type of place, and it's just not realistic. So
the West is so tough,
and they could upgrade the roster. They've spent more on their draft capital than some other teams, but I don't know.
You've got like 8 legit championship contenders going in next year from the West. Lakers not being one. Maybe I shouldn't say 8. You got probably 6 that could legit win it, including the team that was the defending champ that didn't win it this year. Nuggets will be back. Wolves will be back. Mavs will be back. All these teams will be back. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Lakers would have no chance at all, of winning the Western Conference, let alone winning the NBA title.
No, they don't have enough. And if they want to trade picks to try to improve right away, that would be a mistake. He'd have to be really in on the philosophy of, we have to rebuild this. And maybe he would be, but this is a guy. And the other thing about it is, and this is why I found it funny they even took the interview, but like I said in the beginning, okay, you want to go take it. That's cool. You get wined and dined by the Lakers. Let's go do it. But this is a kid that, he's just all about the East Coast. Everything was about it. He was a basketball star in Jersey City as a young kid. He's done it all there. Rutgers assistant, Rhode Island, UConn. Like, this is it. He even said it. I'm surprised he even took the interview, to be honest. But
I'm not surprised he took it. It had to be flattering for him. And I really don't think it was leverage. It's like, hey, why not? I'm not going to take the job. But why not fly out there and let them just completely
He didn't take anything with Kentucky, did he?
Over me.
He didn't take any interview with Kentucky.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so. I don't think there's any. I don't think he would have entertained leaving for.
But he also
another
hasn't hidden
gig.
the fact that he would be interested in the NBA at some point in his career.
Well,
That's it.
As Anthony said, it was a very honest answer. And usually, coaches, even if they were feeling that way, would talk around it and not tell you. Yeah, there is a number that I would have left. Wait a minute, you mean right now there's a number? Yeah, right now there's a number that I would have left UConn for. The Lakers didn't hit that number, so I'm still at UConn. I found that fascinating. That I'm so glad you guys played that he was very upfront. Not like in a couple years if the money's right.
Yeah.
Right now, I would have left if the money was right. And if you're the Lakers, you're probably thinking, $30 million of the Lakers is nothing. Why didn't you, if he's really your number one, why didn't you make sure it was a 9-figure contract?
I don't know.
It's fascinating to me.
It'd be like if you guys looked at me and said, how much would you pay to play Augusta National? How much would you pay? There's a number. Now, the weird part about that there's a number is that, so you're saying that if it was $100 more, you wouldn't? That number keeps creeping.
Right.
Because if you're willing to spend...
it's like buying a house. Oh, our limit is X.
Well, especially
and then all of a sudden you find the perfect house, but it's, we said that our limit is X. Okay, it's a couple thousand more than X.
There's the difference. You're going to be in that house for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I'd be playing this course one time.
But you'd have all the pictures and memories for the rest of your life.
And with him, it'd be like, okay, I have to move my entire family. And then the in-laws. By the way, the best part of the interview may have been when he chuckled when he mentioned his mother-in-law. He actually chuckled. Yeah, got to include her. It was really, that was the funniest part. So good for him. I'm glad he's sticking around. We'll come back with Pressure Cooker. Who's going in? Find out. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
3 dudes who'll make you feel like the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, we me, Hornswoggle, you good.
Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll talk U.S. Open with PGA professional Paul Hollenbaugh. Plus, SI.com's Bob Harrod joins us from Pinehurst.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick. Presented by X-Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, this is Justin Hinderer. Come see us at John Hinderer Ford in Washington Courthouse for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in Fayette County. We're all in on America and proud to be your Ford AgPack dealer. Don't forget to ask about our convenience and mobile service at the home of the lifetime powertrain guarantee, including engine, transmission, rear differential, and drive shaft on all qualifying vehicles. John Hinderer Ford, just off 62 at Washington Courthouse, or hindererford.net. We love what moves you.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll have decreasing clouds as we head into your Friday afternoon. Lots of sunshine later on today. Temperatures will be only about 84, 82 for the high on your Saturday. Expecting sunny skies in the morning, increasing cloud cover by the afternoon. The heat wave begins on Sunday, low 90s for the high, and we have issued weather alerts all of next week. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by United Dairy Farmers.
All right, pressure cooker time. And I assume we're going to go golf. That's my prediction that one of us will go golf or both. So why don't I start it out with the most obvious? Tiger Woods, y'all.
It's all good, y'all.
He needed the special exemption to get in. Yes, the 3-time winner needed a special invitation to play in the U.S. Open. We know he finished 60th at the Masters. He missed the cut at PGA. He's just off now in the second round after shooting 74 yesterday. So we know the resume. It's unbelievable. And any event would move heaven and earth to have him a part of it. But he's barely competed. He hasn't really done well enough to earn his way on scores alone. That's a fact. And when John Bondenheimer, the USGA's chief championship officer, said that the story of the U.S. Open cannot be written without Tiger Woods, that's true. The past. And so they said it was an easy decision for them, which it was for their special exemption committee. Well, let's see if it pays off for him. Let's see if he makes the cut, because that was the line. That's the goal with Tiger in a major now at his age, coming off his injuries. So I'm going to put pressure on LT Gray to make the special exemption committee feel like they got it right. He's going to be on hole number 1 here shortly, and I'll put Tiger in there.
Ulterior motives here, and I completely endorse it, though. Anthony has some money on Tiger to make the cut. Let's just come on.
I do.
Full disclosure. No, I completely endorse what you're doing.
I
You're
think
putting
you
pressure
had money on Edmonton
because
as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Hence trash.
Because the Edmonton Oilers are trash. Now I see why Gretzky left that town. Okay. Boy, that was a low blow. Okay, Patrick Cantlay. I'm putting him under pressure. You can make the argument, and I'm going to, that he is the best golfer on the PGA Tour that's never won a major. He's sitting here 5 under.
He's won 2 Memorials.
He's won 2 Memorials, which should be a major. But seriously, I mean, he's under pressure here. To get that first one, just ask Xander. I mean, Xander looks like the weight of the world's off his shoulders, you know? I mean, even if he doesn't play well, and he's had some up and down holes today, but Xander getting that first one, I mean, that's huge for him. Can Cantlay get his first major? He's under pressure.
I'll tell you what, as long as we talked about it, I'll go there. I'll go to the oil. I didn't expect it. I don't think you did, for the Oilers to tumble into this chasm they have after when they knocked off the Stars to win the West. And I'm like, okay, here we go. They have the firepower. Now, Bob's been great. We know that. I can give you the stats. There have only been like 20 finals sweeps in the 85 years since the NHL, and here we are. I mean, the fact that they came back from 4-1 last night to at least force Bob to make some key stops. That pad save on McLeod was unbelievable, but there's no give up. But only once has a team rallied from being down 3 games in the Cup final, and that was the Leafs over the Wings back in the 1940s. So they have to find a way to get out of this mess, at least, to not be swept. I mean, that would not be cool, and they're too good for this to happen. I had them winning last night. They didn't. Maybe Bobrovsky is just too damn good right now, but I'm going to put the pressure on them to not be swept at home. That was a cool moment last night. The whole atmosphere was amazing. It was tight until it wasn't, then it got exciting at the end. But they have to win a game.
You know, it's an underrated part of sports is NHL games that feature the national anthem and then "O Canada." You get chills watching that, dude. Were you watching that last night? That was really good.
And he was in the crowd singing.
He's in the crowd. Then basically it's just the crowd singing "O Canada." I mean, even as an American, I get chills like watching that. It's and play the Star Spangled Banner as well. Okay, I'm putting the Reds under pressure. Okay. They've really struggled with the Brewers the last few years. They're going to Milwaukee. The Reds have a lot of momentum. They're pitching well. Their bats are starting to pick up, but they've struggled against Milwaukee the last few years. Can they turn that around now that Craig Counsell's out of there? You know, people think managers don't make a difference. They do. Maybe not a huge difference. They make a difference for sure. Brewers, I think, I don't know if it's sustainable. They've been a surprise this year. And the Reds need to go up there, and they need to get 2 out of these 3 games. So the Cincinnati Reds are under pressure in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, I'll go to another obvious one, and I'll give them the same treatment I just gave Edmonton. Because at first I said, can there really be pressure on the Mavericks right now? I mean, it's over. I mean, the numbers say what the numbers say. No team has ever blown a 3-0 lead in an NBA series, ever. So I was going to flip it and put it on the Celts to close it out, but that'd be stupid. I'm not. The Mavericks are 0-5 against Boston this season. They've been outscored nearly 2-1 from three-point range in the series. They had an early 13-point lead the other night. That turned into a 21-point deficit on their home court. Luka is worried about negative press. He looks tired. He looks beaten up. I mean, 156 teams have gone up 3-0, and 156 teams have eventually won. So this is the time, again, for Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. They have to be what LeBron and Kyrie were for the Cavs. They have to have a unbelievable dominating stretch right now. And I don't know if they can do it. I thought, same as I thought with Edmonton. Desperate, down 0-2, at home, must win. I thought they were going to take it. They didn't. They cannot be swept. Luka can't have that on him. I know it's not the be-all, end-all, but when you're considered the best player in the league right now, you cannot be swept. So they've got to go crazy tonight. They got to go back Cavs Warriors style and have some kind of a game.
My last one is Justin Fry is under pressure. Ohio State offensive line coach. He's been working his butt off and flying all around the country, but not doing a good job so far of landing offensive linemen. They got a great one from the state of Ohio, Cardillo from Toledo. Great one. Number 33 overall player in the country, number 3 tackle in the country. He's elite. Okay, but can they get an out-of-state big fish, Anthony? They got a big one coming in who's here right now. Josh Petty, who's on an official visit right now. He's very interested in Ohio State. And then next week, they get an official visit. That's the last weekend of official visits. They get an official visit from the number 1 offensive lineman in the country, David Sanders Jr., who's very interested in Ohio State. And that will be his last official visit, so I like that Ohio State gets the last one. But since Justin Fry has been here, it's not a large sample size. You know, he's gotten the guys from Ohio, but there haven't been any really big fish till Carter Lowe. But he has not really gotten anybody from out of state, notably. Ian Moore might be okay, but he's from Indiana. Justin Fry played at Indiana. I mean, that's almost like Ohio adjacent, you know, literally and figuratively. Can he go down to Charlotte and get David Sanders Jr., who everybody in the country wants? Can he get Josh Petty, who everybody in the country wants? He's under pressure because right now,
how big's the bag he's carrying?
Well, that's the thing. You can't like say, well, they don't have the NIL backing. Ohio State has an NIL war chest. So there's really no excuse for Justin Fry to not land one of those top offensive linemen. And I think he will, but he needs to do it, and he's under pressure.
All right. Well done. All right. When we come back, former overall number 1 gets paid. Is he worth it? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The only radio station still operating with an active booze cart. I'm drunk right now. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Here's a summer treat from Giannino's. Get a medium one-topping pizza for only $8. Giannino's Pizzeria in Pickerington and Westerville. You want a piece of me? Huh?
Some restrictions apply. Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Morning Juice.
We were watching Finding Nemo. And then we watched Bambi, and I was traumatized, and I had to turn it off. I'm like, well, William, you seem disinterested, and now I'm sad.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
The buying experience at Rosati Windows is very, very important to me. We try to make it an enjoyable process. I learned business from my grandfather, and my grandfather was all about customer service. That's all I know. We're not there to high pressure you. We're not going to give you a special deal if you buy tonight. We sell a quality product at a fair price. I want you to be happy when we're done.
Call Rosati Windows today at 777-4806.
Don't miss a minute of the action on the diamond with ESPN Bet. The exclusive sportsbook of ESPN is the only place to find offers and promotions from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities, including daily odds boost and home run specials all season long. New users can get a bet reset up to $1,000 in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Thoughtfully discussing the merits of Home Run Inn's frozen pizza. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, the big signing that went under the radar, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. It just doesn't seem like it's resonating around as much, is Trevor Lawrence. And I understand. Pay him now so you don't have to pay him more later. They didn't have to do it. This is historic. And I know he's former number 1 overall pick. He's had some garbage around him. He can't do it all by himself. I understand that. It may be one of those, this is good business. He's got a good future ahead of him. We still think he's going to be good. So I'm not putting it all on him. CB, what are the numbers on this contract? Do you know? I think it's
I know the average
pretty
annual value is about $55 million, which ties Burrow for the highest.
All right, so that's, and by the way, I think it's $200 million guaranteed. So that's right in the top 3 of highest guaranteed now, guys. So $55 million, like you said, ties with Joey B for the most in the league right now.
5 years, $275.
If you're the Bengals, you're thinking
guaranteed, right?
If you're the Bengals, you think
that was just the basic part of the contract. Yeah.
No, Trevor's very good, but if you're the Bengals, you're thinking you got a good deal there
with Joe.
Yeah, anybody would take Burrow over Lawrence, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they, they've both had injuries. Joey B's are a lot more serious than Trevor Lawrence.
The part that I know you like is the 142 at signing.
Yeah, that's nice. That's pretty strong. That'll change your life.
It's not bad.
The extension starts, I think, 2026. So he's under contract through 2030 now. So they got what they think they have what they paid for, and they gotta get some playmakers. They had to beef up that offensive line. I don't mind this signing. He's got to live up to his end of it now. He got off to a pretty slow start a couple years ago. Then he finished strong. But he wasn't able to build off that. Like 25 touchdowns. He went from 25 to 21 in touchdowns. But he had 21 turnovers. He lost 7 fumbles. Now, we could put some context to that. And he had several injuries, especially in the second half. And knee and shoulder and sprains and all that. But when you think about what he had to carry with this team, I want to give that to him. Now, he's not Mahomes, he's not Burrow, but they needed help, and they got some guys. I don't know if Brian Thomas Jr. and Gabe Davis are the answers, but it's better than what he had. And so here we are with, does Trevor Lawrence have to still win games by himself? It's kind of like middle of the road with Jacksonville right now. So I understand why they did it. I understand where the money's going. It's crazy. No one can relate to it. But could they have played hardball with him? Yes. They picked up the fifth-year option on his rookie deal. He was under contract through 2025, and you know what's coming next out of my mouth. They could franchise tag him the following year if they wanted to. He wouldn't have become a free agent until 2027. But, Dave, none of these organizations see the benefit in waiting anymore because they know the price is only going up if they think they drafted the guy they have.
Exactly. There's no way the price would have gone down for Trevor Lawrence. Even though I just said this makes it look like Burrow, the Bengals got a bargain with Burrow, I still think this was the right move by the Jags. The price was only going to go up. The cap goes up every year. They're probably going to have to pay at least $60 million a year if they would have waited another year, maybe $65 million.
After Dak and Tua?
Yeah, exactly. And Dak and Tua are loving life right now. And you know what's interesting? Like sneakily, the AFC South has turned itself from the, absolute joke of a division to a pretty strong division. Not like AFC North style, as we all know, but Houston now is a legit good team, as we all know. They made the playoffs and won a game last year. They'll be better this year. They've added Stephon Diggs. Stroud was great as a rookie. It's reasonable to assume he'll be better in his second year. They've beefed up some other areas as well. They did a good job in free agency. The Texans are going to be good. I think the Colts might be sneaky. I don't know, they won't contend for the AFC Championship. The AFC is too tough. The Colts might be sneaky good this year. And Jacksonville's solid. I still think Tennessee's going to struggle this year. But that's become not a joke of a division any longer, especially with the Texans. Texans are going to be really tough again this year. And I love the fact, Anthony, that finally, and he needs to prove it, but I think we're finally on the verge of saying you no longer can say there's never been a great quarterback in the NFL that came from Ohio State. Unless you're a big Mike Tomczak fan, right? There really has never been a great NFL quarterback to come from Ohio State until C.J. Stroud. And I really thought Justin Fields would be that, okay? I really did. I never got that feeling about anybody else. Bobby Hoying had a moment there with the Eagles where he took over late, and it was like, oh, okay, he finished the season strong, and the next year's a starter. Maybe Bobby Hoying will be that guy. Never got that feeling about anybody else until Justin. Doesn't look like Justin's going to be a stud NFL quarterback. But, man, CJ is. He had one of the best, if not the best, rookie season ever by an NFL quarterback. So I love that, Anthony, that finally they're going to get that monkey off their back as far as Ohio State not producing a great NFL quarterback.
Yeah, that's there now. I agree. That's a huge one. It's one that you can pretty much lock in. I would never guarantee that he's going to win a Super Bowl because that's too hard. You would have said that about Dan Marino. You would have said that about Fran Tarkenton. You would have said that about a lot of quarterbacks that, yeah, they'll definitely get one. It's a team game. There's too many variables. The good news for these guys now is the game's very slanted offensively now. It's a big deal. And when you get a thrower like CJ and you get a guy that command that respect from defenses, then you've got something. I have zero problem with paying Trevor Lawrence. It just seems so absurd to me where the money is going. But if the money's there, go get it. And that's what they're doing. I think he is a franchise quarterback. I do. You could go into the wait and see camp. Not all teams can pull off what the Rams pulled off. Pay Goff, be able to trade him, get Stafford, and win a Super Bowl. And then for the Lions to feel like we won the trade as well. That's a rarity that happened. I remember when they paid Goff, I'm like, why did you pay him now? You didn't have to. Let's see some more. And they got out of it. And they don't regret it because they wound up winning the Super Bowl. They would now if Stafford didn't cash in, and he got him all the way there. But if, the big ifs, the fourth down play, the holding penalty, there were so many things. And I was at that game, and you knew from the get-go that the Bengals were in that game to win it. And if they would have, I wonder how the Rams would feel about things right now. Stafford's still playing, and I get that.
They would regret it big time.
They would have to.
For sure they would. Yeah.
It's not like they were one and done with Stafford. It's not like it was all in just for one season.
But if you win a Super Bowl, then you win. And then you're right. It's very rare that both teams are like, okay, we won. Rams are like, we got a Super Bowl out of it.
Feel good about it.
Lions are like, cool, we've got our quarterback who's actually been an upgrade, which is crazy to say, other than the year that Stafford won the Super Bowl. And now he's younger than Stafford, and we have him now for the next 5 years. Both teams feel like they won. I'm actually happy for the Lions and our buddy Chris Spielman.
They're there.
That's
they're
awesome.
there, man.
And they were the joke of the NFL for so many years. And like, look at them now. I'm really happy for Spiels and the Lions fans. I always kind of like the Lions because of Spiels and because of Barry Sanders. It's weird that I would like a Detroit pro sports team, but I've never really hate, other than the Pistons because I'm a Bulls fan. I never hated like the Tigers or anything like that. But I always kind of liked the Lions. So it was cool seeing them break through last year. And it's cool that Chris, for those that don't know, Chris is a member of their front office. He's not like their GM or anything, but he's a member of their front office. He's a Lions Hall of Famer. Love Chris Spielman.
Here's the deal. And this is the only thing I worry about because I really like him too. And certainly the Spielman effect is there and it should be applauded. I do worry. I wonder how it's very motivating when they lost that game to San Francisco. Like they knew they had him. You can't be up 24-7 at half and feel like you got a stranglehold on that. And I know we debated the Dan Quinn going for it on fourth down all the time. And I think it just goes to Dan Campbell. Thank you. You go where you're thinking about the motivation of, hey, this is what we've always done. And what happens is when you change something that you've always done, you're subliminally sending a message to your team that, oh, wait a minute, now we're not confident. Wait, we're kicking here. We always go for it on fourth down. That's the dangerous thing about always being ultra aggressive. But as the head coach, you got to coach situational football. Now, you know your team better than I do. These head coaches supposedly know their personnel better than anybody else. So they know what would have happened if they would have tried to kick. And then if the kick doesn't go in, then wait a minute. Now we were conservative and we still blew it. But I'm wondering where the hangover is from knowing they were going to be in the Super Bowl. Like I was watching a game last year at San Francisco where I said the Detroit Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl. And they blew the game. And now I'm wondering how much is motivational. Wow, we know we're good. We're really close. We played with the best. We can get there. Versus, well, that may have been our chance. Like, it happens a lot. It happened with Atlanta. It happens with teams when they get close and they don't cash in. I worry about a little bit with Cincinnati. Not a ton, but a little bit. And so sometimes when you get that opportunity, and for the Lions, to me, it wasn't winning the Super Bowl. Go play in one. Do something you've never done. Kind of like the Browns, right? With the Vikings, it's different. You got to go there and win it. You've been there 4 times. The Bills, forget about just getting there. Win it.
That's how the Bengals are now. Although, even though the Bengals had been there twice, it felt that way in 2021 when they got to the Super Bowl. For me, at least. I don't want to speak for every Bengals fan, but like for me, it was like just getting there. It almost felt like winning the Super Bowl. This year, if they get there for the 4th time, second year in the Burrow era, it won't be just getting there. It will be like, we need to win or we're going to be ticked off
about it. So what you're saying is it was like Foreigner. It feels like the first time. Is that where you're... Yes. You just didn't sing it.
Let's bring out some 80s music here. I like that.
May have been from the 70s. I don't know.
Early 80s, I'm thinking.
May have gotten popular in the 80s.
I don't know, man. I'm talking about Foreigner now.
Exactly. Hey, they were solid, man. They had their moment.
They were.
All right. When we come back, we'll hit you with a Buckeye Bulletin. And we have a head coach of a major sport over there on campus that is leaving. We'll tell you about it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a new golfer, think beyond the green and head over to X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell. Come experience the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world at X Golf. A fun venue with great food, excellent service, and a full bar. You can play around on one of our 50 courses, take a lesson from our PGA Pro, hit the driving range, join a league, or just sit back and sip a beer on the outdoor patio. Book your tee time today at playxgolf.com. X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell, the home of indoor golf.
Bobby Carpenter here for Ohio Mulch. This Father's Day, show Dad some love with Ohio Mulch. Enjoy 35% off bulk mulch, perfect for adding that finishing touch to Dad's landscaping masterpiece. That's not all. Get 3 bags of nutrient-rich Green Envy soil for just $10 now through Sunday. Stop into any of Ohio Mulch's 25 convenient locations to see what all the excitement is about. Make this Father's Day one to remember with Ohio Mulch. Visit them online at ohiomulch.com for more details. That's ohiomulch.com.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your options and visit goodfeet.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube. Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan. Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube, The Fan.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
I need directions for paying down debt.
Starting route. Apply for a SoFi personal loan and consolidate your debt into one fixed payment. Turn right into a positive outlook and get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign with no fees required.
Got it. You could get out of high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. View your rate at SoFi.com/debt in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/debt. NMLS 696891.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, little Buckeye Bulletin. This kind of popped up during the day, and it was a little strange when we saw it, that Ohio State's baseball coach, Bill Mosiello, has resigned after just 2 seasons. And it was confirmed down in Texas because reportedly he's headed back to TCU as an assistant or associate head coach.
What a bad look for Ohio State.
Well, I mean, do I know it's their fault?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah, because he wasn't getting the budget that he wanted.
I mean, that's my lean, but without having anyone tell me that.
I think somebody's told you that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you trust them. Now that you've completely ignored it.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, sometimes someone's view of something is different than what it really is.
I believe it. Do you feel like the Ohio State was really prioritizing baseball? I never got that feeling.
Well, when he came here, he was one of the best assistant coaches in the country.
Yeah.
He had been at 7 Power 5 programs. He'd been around forever. By the way, he's going back to take the same job he had.
That's what I mean. It's
he left the
embarrassing for Ohio
associate
State.
head coach job there when he was there for 9 seasons.
Right. If he was going to TCU's a really good baseball program. If he's going there to be like, oh, we're bringing him back as head coach, no shame in the game for Ohio State. The fact he's going back there as the assistant coach after being the head coach at Ohio State, that's a bad look for Ohio State. And listen, I'm not one of these guys, we have no chance at competing because we're in the North. Hello, Michigan was like 1 pitch away from winning the College World Series a couple years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was. Michigan almost won the College World Series. Indiana's got a good baseball program. Evansville, speaking of the state of Indiana, almost knocked off #1 Tennessee to make the College World Series. Ohio State used to be a good baseball program. They hosted a super regional one year. They've gone so downhill. Gene Smith didn't give a crap about baseball, hence him leaving Greg Beals here for way too long. Then he hires Bill Mazziello, who couldn't get out of here fast enough. I tell you what, Ross Bjork, it's on you now, man.
So what you're saying is...
Give me a good baseball coach for the Buckeyes.
So what you're saying is Mazziello is the baseball Chip Kelly. Is that what you're telling me?
No, Chip Kelly was way, way, way better.
No, what I'm saying is the motivation to leave. Their programs.
To leave.
Well, didn't I hear it? Wasn't that the same narrative around Chip when he left UCLA? They went from a head coach job to an assistant because he didn't like the backing of the school?
I mean, what I believe is Chip knew the writing was on the wall, that his buyout was going to get a lot lessened. He was, in hot water at UCLA. He was looking at offensive coordinator jobs in the NFL, including the Seahawks. And when that fell through, and then Bill O'Brien left for Ohio State after his 2 days here, went to Boston College. Ryan reached out to Chip Kelly. He's like, you're looking for offensive coordinator jobs. Yeah. We happen to have one. No, I don't think...
got him to leave a head coaching job.
I don't think it was a situation where Chip Kelly was like, UCLA... I mean, they're just not putting enough money into it. I think he knew that it could have been both things. I'm sure he thought UCLA was not, focused on football enough. But I also think he knew that if he didn't have a good season this year, that he probably would have been fired by the Bruins. I think that was the real reason.
Say Kendall Rogers, who reported this, is the managing editor of D1 Baseball, did say that Mozziello's family remained in Texas, and this ended up being a family-oriented decision, but he was not happy here. So it could be both.
Terrible hire. When this happened, I heard that there was, I'll have to go back and look at the guy's name. He's an Ohio State guy who's coaching in the SEC and would have been interested if the money was right, but the money wasn't close to right. So they went to their plan C or D, this assistant coach at TCU, in that last 2 years. Now he's going back to be the assistant coach at TCU. Absolutely awful. I know probably a lot of people aren't Ohio State baseball fans. I tend to love Ohio State baseball, and it has potential. It does have potential. Don't forget what I just said. Michigan didn't just make the College World Series. They got to the finals and almost won. Okay? If they can do it, Ohio State can do it. Indiana's a good program. Nebraska's a good program. You can do it. Purdue's a good baseball program. Ohio State is leaving a lot on the table baseball-wise, and it ticks me off. We got too many good baseball players in this state. We're the 7th largest state in the country population-wise. It's ridiculous that they're not a better baseball program.
Well, get on the horn to Nick Swisher, see what he says. I mean,
exactly.
It's his field.
Bring it on.
So we need to find out what's happening.
Get some more money from Nick. All that money that the Yankees and Indians overpaid him, bring some of that back.
Exactly. Keep the kids happy.
Yes. Can we keep a coach here for longer than 2 years? That's on Gene Smith. 2 terrible hires.
Maybe that was one of his regrets that he didn't get specific on. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It was odd. When it popped up, I'm not denying it. This guy came here with a great resume. We thought he was going to be a real star here. And you're right. If he was hamstrung by that, and it's not the old days anymore where it all falls on you to recruit him, right? There's just so much more involved in this.
And the SEC, and not just the SEC, but ACC, they take college baseball super seriously. So, yeah, NIL is a big deal down there for baseball players, where up here it's not. So you're fighting it up here. So I'm not discounting that we're at a disadvantage in the North. I'm not saying that the South is the South definitely has an advantage. My point is, if Michigan can do it, Ohio State can do it.
Well, he's gone now. And so I like your first statement about Ross Bjork. Okay, wait, all we've heard is you're a baseball fan and you come from where he came from. Like, all right, now we got to see it. How big of a fan are you? Right? Is it just fun to say, or are you really going to back it?
Ross might say, well, it depends on how much money they're going to give me to allow me to find that coach I want, right? You know,
well, Beals made the tournament a few times, right?
Who has?
Beals, when he was here?
Made the...
Yeah, they went on some pretty good runs at the Big Ten tournament that got them in.
They made the NCAA tournament, never got to a super regional.
Bob Todd's not walking through that door anymore.
Once your Wright State knocked them out. So, yeah, they had some lucky runs, what I would call lucky runs.
Your Wright State guy, what about they hire him?
Sogard? Actually, that wouldn't be a bad hire. The only thing I don't like about Sogard, his brother obviously was a former Major League Baseball player. His name's Alex Sogard. Eric Sogard was a Major League Baseball player. He's a good college baseball coach. The one thing I don't like about him, he loves the sack bunt, which goes against all of the analytics. Especially in college baseball. If they tell you in MLB never to sack bunt.
It's tough to bunt with an aluminum bat.
In college baseball where they're scoring like 20 runs a game, what are you doing giving up outs? I've seen him do it with like his number 3 and cleanup hitter, sack bunting. Anyway, he actually would be a solid hire. Sogard.
Should we do 10 minutes on the aluminum bat versus the wooden bat?
Let's not do that.
All right. Because I do think it's harder to bunt with an aluminum bat. It just kind of comes off a little hotter.
Just don't sack bunt ever. If you want to bunt and you want to base hit bunt, that's fine. Don't sack bunt. That you're not smarter than the math baseball coaches. You're not.
Moneyball here on Rothman and Ice. By the way, the Buckeyes have 2 Big Ten championships in baseball since 2000, but they do have a half a dozen conference tournament titles, if that matters to you. They last made the tournament in 19, 3 appearances, it looks like, since 2010. And the only thing, the real feather in their cap is that no team from traditional Big Ten has won the College World Series. The last team was the Ohio State in 1966. All right, that's your Buckeye Bulletin for today. We'll come back with a deep dive. Who's going to miss the cut at the U.S. Open? Yep, the Dominator may be watching it with the rest of us. We'll tell you about that next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see. It's America. It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens. It's America. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Well, here we are again, and I got to tell you, Jim, this match has me really concerned.
Here we have a powerful heavyweight, a train, weighing in at 6,000 tons. And this hasty lightweight challenger, a car, at just 1.5 tons.
This does not bode well for the car or the people in it.
It's no contest. Every day, people are injured or killed trying to beat a train at rail crossings. See tracks, think train.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Timmy Hall. Good afternoon. Golf mode. Scotty Scheffler could make the cut after all at the U.S. Open at Pinehurst. He didn't love the round without a birdie for the first time ever as a pro in a major. But, 4 over 74. Cut line is at 5 over par, which is exactly where he sits. Rory was in his group. He's in good shape. Going to Saturday at 3 under. Xander is at 1 under. Your leaders, Thomas Dietrich and Patrick Cantlay at 5 under par. Golf YouTuber, not Scotty Scheffler. That'd be Bryson DeChambeau. That's right. He is at 4 under par. He's looking good. Tiger early in his second round sits at 4 over par, right below the cut line. Could see a champion crown tonight. Maybe banner number 18 for the Celtics. They are at the Mavs looking for the sweep. Coverage right after our Buckeyes show tonight on The Fan. They are currently tied with the Lakers for most NBA titles at 17. And the Panthers will be looking for a sweep in the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night at the Oilers. Breaking sports news on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Maxima Concrete. Visit MaximaConcrete.com today to schedule your free estimate.
All right, final hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Glad you're around. We've got a U.S. Open that's getting good because we're heading towards the cut at the end of the day, and Scotty Scheffler is in danger. He didn't even make a birdie today. He had a double on the par 5. Ball rolling back to his feet and all that. Nobody plays great all the time. He was on a run. Maybe he was tired after the win. Maybe he's human. I don't know. This course can get anybody. And it's certainly one of those deals where par is still a very good score. Now, they've got like 20 guys under par right now, but we'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. Tiger Woods went out and he parred his first 2 holes. No real damage. Like I told you guys earlier, only 2 par 5s on this course. It's a par 70. A lot of these par 4s are fairly robust. Some are under 400 yards, and some are very manageable. The par 3s are pretty beefy. The one on the front's like 222. The one on the back, or the couple on the back, are like 200 and 175. So I know for these guys that may be nothing. It's the way these greens are flowing, and they flow away from the hole. They flow off the green. I kind of gave you the illustration like an upside-down cereal bowl. Like once you're off the table, you're way off the table. And so it's not like you and I playing golf. Oh, am I on the fringe still? No, you're not. You're either in a waste bunker or down in the fairway. So that's the cool thing about Pinehurst. Although I was looking at, I'm like, I don't really have a desire to play this course. It doesn't look like much fun, especially for the amateur. I mean, the pros, now they're playing from, crazy yardage, but it'll be interesting. I did bet Tiger to make the cut. It was more like a fun bet. It wasn't anything major, but I like the value. He was like more than double your money.
Just like you were talking about, yes.
I can't believe that. I mean, was that my boy Pendrith?
Right
Taylor Pendrith?
Looked like a good shot until it went about 50 yards away.
It's like a ledge.
That's crazy.
It's like
it's crazy.
There's like a pin and then a ledge.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, there's Tiger. Let's keep it steady, my man. +4. All right. Let's try to be around for the weekend. Let me give you the major information, which would be that the cut looks like it's going to be right around. They're projecting at +5. I don't know if it's going to be there.
ESPN saying +3. I'm not sure. You probably have a better source than ESPN.com. If you look at the leaderboard on ESPN.com, it says projected cut +3.
So it's the low 60 players and ties. And
that would be
I think they're probably going right on that. I think I'm just projecting it the way things are going.
Oh, I
and
got
the way the golf is going. I just feel like we're going to get a little heavier than that.
Right now, if you're +4, the best you can do is tie for 68th.
Yes.
If you're +3, you're tied for 53rd. So you got to get up to at least 60 to move that line.
All right, let me tell you the guys that definitely will not be around for the weekend. And I'll try to. Unfortunately, the Ohio State, Maxwell Moldovan is +14, so he is not going to be around. Let me give you a little bit on our boy Neil Shipley. He goes off in about 4 minutes. He's tied for 18th right now. He shot 70 yesterday, so we'll see what he has.
Stay in there, Neil. Come on. How about the RB curly fries that he uses to Tiger would have the tiger, on top of on his clubs.
Yeah.
He uses Arby's curly fries, not the real curly fries. They just look like
seasoned
Arby's
curly fries.
The seasoned curly fries.
You want
from the great
curly fries with that, sir?
From the great Arby's. Another great SNL skit, by the way, the 5 for 10 Arby's skit.
I just did my butthead for you. I thought that was
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Do you want seasoned curly fries with that, sir? Okay. I think. By the way, I think there is a new Beavis and Butthead coming out in July.
I saw.
I don't know why. I've seen the promos for it. It's crazy.
SNL brought him back. That was such a funny skit. Yeah. So funny. That reminded me of something from like the 80s or 90s. That was so good. Mikey Day is underrated.
All right, you were upset at me earlier. Not really, but you said, "Hey, where's my Bengals fix today?" And so
Colin's out there being a Browns fan. Like, we're not going to play any of this Bengals stuff. Like, come on, Colin.
And I said, you know what? You're a guest. You're a guest in our house, and we have to show you a good time. Joe Burrow did talk, so I want you to hear from Joey B. And because all the talk has been around his health and whether it's sustainable and how serious it is and how he feels now, I'm not really sure what we got out of this, but let's hear a little bit, CB, from Joey B. on his health.
It's a constant process. That's what coming back from injury is. There's going to be good days and bad days, and we're going to take it day by day. I'll be ready to go by the season. We don't have to be ready to go in the middle of June. We got to be ready to go early September through February. So that's how we're attacking this offseason and this rehab plan and these practices and training camp. We're attacking it like I want to be out there playing in February.
It doesn't sound great.
That didn't sound awesome because I didn't have a question on whether he was going to be ready for the season.
Right.
I didn't think I needed an update on that.
I know. I didn't like hearing that. That's the guy you kind of want to hear if you're a Bengals fan. Okay, I'm feeling good. It was a tough rehab, but the worst is behind me. I'm definitely going to be ready. I'm pretty sure I'll be ready. It's good days and bad days. Been taking some days off of practice. Like, what? Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I mean the injury, that's the one, obviously, major concern with Joe Burrow. The injuries have mounted up to no fault of his own. I mean, he had an appendectomy. That's not his fault. Michael Jordan, Ohio State's Mike Jordan, got blown up. The guy, he just got thrown back into Burrow to collapse his leg. Not Burrow's fault. He had a calf injury in camp last year, and then he had Clowney laying on his wrist. But man, I tell you what, whether it's your fault or not, once those injuries start to pile up, that is a big, big concern.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't. Yeah, I kind of look. We've done the backup stories and all that, and whether they can sustain if he missed a few games. I mean, it really is all about his health because they're a Super Bowl or bust team. This isn't about. Yeah, I draw the line for them as yes, they're a playoff team. They have a playoff roster. They do. Anything short of the playoffs, we'd say is a major disappointment. But if they can stay healthy, we know what his ability is, and they're more than a playoff contender. They're a Super Bowl contender. So the Higgins contract situation is certainly worth paying attention to. But the combination of the two of them, and I'm going to presume he's playing for $20+ million, and then he'll try to cash in if he has a good year. He's not going to sit out or hold out. I can't imagine. I think the ship has sailed on getting him a long-term deal. And they have filled some holes in free agency, right? I mean, they've never spent a ton of money. But, I'm starting to look at their roster here. Sheldon Rankins, Von Bell. We'll see what Mike Gesicki can provide them at the tight end position. Zach Moss, we got some glimpses there. And so I think they've tied together some of their needs. And
Geno Stone. Yeah, they've had a sea change the last 4 years. They used to never spend anything in free agency, really, unless it was like a washed-up Richmond Webb, for example. Somebody who used to be a Pro Bowler and then it'd be 38 years old and the Bengals would sign him. That used to be how they would tap into free agency. Then everything changed the year. They got Von Bell and Trey Hendrickson and all those guys. They did a good job. I think they did a good job this year. Sheldon Rankins, I did not like losing DJ Reader to the Lions. I think that was a good get by the Lions, but you replace him with with Sheldon Rankins. That was good. Getting Von Bell back was huge. They went from arguably the best safety combo in the league when they went to the Super Bowl with Jesse Bates and Von Bell to an absolute terrible safety combination last year. This is not hyperbole. Like Pro Football Focus ranked their safeties the worst in the NFL last year. Dax Hill was so bad they've moved him from free safety to like backup corner now. A first-round pick. So getting Von Bell back is huge, and then bringing Geno Stone in was also huge. So I think they're going to be at least good at safety this year, where they were terrible at safety last year.
Cam Taylor-Britt, Hilton,
DJ Turner.
It's this NFL, they throw the ball. You have to be good at that position. Now, could they miss the playoffs? Yeah. It's a damn tough division. His injury history aside, that'll be a big deal for them to try to navigate this division. I love their schedule, though. The benefit from being bad last year, they have a good schedule. I really like it. So now the loss of Brian Callahan, we've talked about it. Zach Taylor doesn't get maybe the credit he really deserves. The loss of Callahan to Tennessee is big. That's going to put more pressure on Zach. Dan Pitcher, we've talked a lap about him. The good thing about Dan Pitcher, he's been with them forever. He's glued at the hip to Burrow. He's got to feel confidence in him. He's been there for 8 years. And so now he's not a coach. He's worked in player personnel roles, so we get to find out. So there are some intangibles to this team that we'll only see when they play out, but you have to like them. I mean, the Bengals are in a good position right now, I think, to have a really good bounce-back year. CB, what else did Joey B have to say?
Yeah, so really he's been talking about while Higgins has been out, he was really talking about his chemistry with Chase.
There's always room to improve. Every once in a while we'll text each other throughout the offseason thinking, we're always thinking ball. So he'll text me one of his thoughts, I'll text him one of my thoughts. That's the chemistry that you need to go out and perform the way that we have and that we're going to continue.
The biggest thing about the Bengals has been the offensive line. And I'm not ready to say it's going to be like great. It'll be improved. There's no doubt about it. And I wasn't sure about Amarius Mims when they first took him. I was like, I don't know, man. But the more I learn about this young man, I really like. I think that's going to be a good pick. And he doesn't have to come right in to start. He's
going to be a backup, yeah.
I mean, Trent Brown is good. About Trent Brown, the chance he's going to play every game, very, very slim. He averages about maybe 10 games a year during his career, so he's probably going to get banged up. But you do like that as a Bengal fan, that you don't have to worry about. You're counting on Amarius Mims to come in and be the starting right tackle from day one. It's like, no, playing right now, he's going to begin the season as a backup. But it sounds like he's coming along well. Very small sample size at Georgia, but the tape does not lie. I mean, he was very, very good. As Ohio State could tell you from that, his first start ever was in the Peach Bowl against Ohio State in the CFP. And I think, the offensive line overall is just going to be improved this year. I think Orlando Brown, his second year is going to be better. Some of those guys that have played now for a while, Cordell Volson, you have to think is going to be better. So the offensive line will be better, Anthony. To what degree will it be better?
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Brown, Orlando and Trent, they're big dudes. Amarius Mims, you mentioned, he's going to be a primary backup. He's a big guy. When you're going up against Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt, you better be good. In 6 games against Cleveland, Burrow's been sacked 20 times.
Yeah, Myles Garrett just tears them apart. Yes.
And that's the scary part, is Burrow on his back is not anything they need to see this year. So they need him on the field for all 17 games. Is that unrealistic? I don't know. But that's the whole key to everything. He's that good. Everybody knows it. But this division, you could make a case for all of them. And we'll see what Pittsburgh's quarterback situation is. That's for sure going to be the massive question mark for them. But they've been a little bit, and then the running game, behind the offensive line we just talked about. We'll find out without Mixon whether the combo platter they're rolling out can be effective. If they need to run, can they run it?
I'll be surprised if there is a drop-off when you talk about Zach Moss plus Chase Brown. In fact, you could argue last year at times, and I like Joe Mixon. Yeah, he had a really good 7-year stretch with the Bengals. There were times last year where I was like happy Chase Brown was in the game as a rookie over Mixon. He's a lot more explosive. And Mixon actually is a sneaky good receiver out of the backfield, but they couldn't use him on third down as much as they wanted because he wasn't good in pass pro. Zach Moss is good in pass pro. So I don't think losing Mixon is going to be a net negative for the Bengals. It might be equal. Maybe it'll be a net positive. We'll see.
Let's hear what Zach Taylor has to say about Zach Moss.
Comes to work, and a guy certainly you can see his comfort level in the offense grow as the offseason's gone, and he's very comfortable. And again, running backs are a little bit easier to evaluate when you put pads on and you're doing 11 on 11, but really excited about what we're getting from Zach, what we expect to get from Zach, and so far so good.
Yeah, he's coming off to me as underrated right now, which is good. I mean, they paid Moss, what, $4 million? He's their starting running back. Like, he's good. He's really good. That's a bargain right now. And they're a pass-heavy team, as we mentioned, so that's a pretty solid starter. I like him. I like him in PPR if you're talking about fantasy, so we shall see. All right, we will come back with a pre-snap read, and we'll get back to Trevor Lawrence for a second because one analyst answers the question, will he ever be the guy he was drafted to be? Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The delicious ice-cold taste of Dr. Pepper has a lasting effect on people. Lindsay from Sacramento said,
Pro tip, 40 degrees is the perfect temperature for an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Why is 40 degrees the perfect temperature for Dr. Pepper? We brought in Sue from Duluth, Minnesota to tell us.
Oh, yeah, I know a thing or two about cold. Oh, that right there is the perfect kind of ice cold for Dr. Pepper. I'd share that with my friend Nancy. She likes Dr. Pepper, too, you know. My coldest...
All right, that'll be all, Sue. Having a perfect temperature for your Dr. Pepper? It's a pepper thing. Inspired by real fan posts.
I'm Scotty Vegas, and I just hit on my biggest win of the year. I called Maxima Concrete to create my ultimate sports driveway, and they delivered better than hitting that huge parlay. The neighbors wondered why I just go out and stare with a big smile at the ground. It's because Maxima Concrete gave me the driveway for all my ultimate pickleball battles, my game-winning basketball shots against the kids, and an area to make memories forever. Maxima Concrete does patios, walkways, driveways, and more. Get your free estimate at maximaconcrete.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey guys, Andy Katzenmoyer for Game Day Men's Health. Struggling with low energy, lack of focus, and trouble in the bedroom? You might have low testosterone. Game Day is here to help. They specialize in low T and other treatments just for men, like vitamin therapy, sexual wellness, and weight loss. Best of all, it's quick. Get started in as little as one visit. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan to book your free low T test today. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Low Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Low Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Low Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Increasing sunshine today, highs 84. Tonight dropping down to the lower 60s. And then heading into your Saturday, you'll wake up, it'll be sunny and nice. The clouds will increase by Saturday afternoon, high 82. 91 degrees here on Sunday, and then going 97 for the high on Monday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Leads.
Sponsored by the Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, a little Bet365 time at Bet365. We don't do ordinary. See for yourself when you sign up today. Get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. All right, I'm looking at baseball. I got a little mental hedge going tonight. I got Scooball for the Tigers. So his over-under on strikeouts is 5.5. Huh? He's had 10 straight games of going over that number. Now, the interesting part is that an over-under 5.5 with him is a heavy favorite. So if you're doing that, you'd have to try to pair it with something else probably to make sense. So maybe I go the complete opposite, take the value on the under at plus 130, but because he's going up against Houston and they've got the least amount of Ks in the American League. So I'm gonna get off that Scooball strikeout train. Boy, it's such a heavy favorite. This seems like a real waste. It's a mental hedge, though.
I like it.
Go under 5.5 Ks? To get the value? Like I said, he's gone over 5.5 in 10 straight games.
So he's due to go under is what you're saying. I have no idea.
Yeah. But he does have to strike out the team has struck out the least amount in the American League.
And you know how I feel about over-unders with strikeouts. I mean, a lot has to go right for you to hit it, right? You have to stay in the game for a certain amount of time. I mean, you can get knocked out of the game early. You're not going to get there. You could get hurt. I know that's low percentage there, but I very rarely do the over on pitcher strikeouts.
You could give up a fly ball on an 0-2 count. Yeah. All right, let's take the value. Why not? All right, I'll do it. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Download the Bet365 app today.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
We talked about the historic deal for Trevor Lawrence, and it's massive. He got $200 million guaranteed, 24 years of age, and it's a 5-year deal, $275 million total. He will see the end of that, no doubt, unless something weird happens, but that's $55 million a year. That's tied with Joey B. We expected this move. They picked up his 5th-year option on his rookie season ahead of this year. So the bigger question was whether he would get anywhere close to all this money that's being handed out to all these young stars that play the most important position. Joe Burrow, 5 for $275. Herbert, 5 years, $262. Hurts, 5 years, $255. It's incredible. And this was inevitable. He was going to get the extension. Had a disappointing year last year, so I wasn't positive. I thought maybe they'd kind of wait and see, but he had a lot of injuries. The team wasn't great around him. I mean, they opened up 8-3. I mean, they looked like they were going to be, especially after going to the playoffs in 2022. You thought, wow, this is amazing. And they had that, remember the game against the Chargers in the wild card? Yep. They had no business winning that game. They did. And then all of a sudden he gets injured. They go on a 4-game losing streak, and all of a sudden the season goes down the toilet. So they've got high expectations. Damien Woody was on ESPN talking about, will they get what they paid for?
What do you need to see from him now that he's gotten paid?
Yeah, listen, no one can deny Trevor Lawrence's, his ability. He's one of the more talented quarterbacks that stepped into the National Football League. But the thing I would like to see from Trevor Lawrence, and I think most people would agree, is a consistency in which not to turn the football over. Listen, the numbers that you're seeing on your screen right now, it just shows you this dude has tremendous talent. 8,000 passing yards, 55 touchdown passes rushing. The dude is a talent, but he needs to take care of the football. This is a guy that's, since coming into the National Football League, has 60 turnovers, including 21 NFL high 21 turnovers last year. You cannot play winning football if you're turning the football over. So for Trevor Lawrence, we see all the God-given ability, but you got to take care of the football. And to me, that's the next step for Trevor Lawrence as he tries to battle in that seemingly tough AFC South now that the Houston Texans have emerged in that division.
So this is what happens when you're on a team where you're the star and you're very athletic, and sometimes you feel like you have to do everything, and that's when you start fumbling, right? You're not just playing pitch and catch. You're not. He's got such good ability in running that all of a sudden you can fumble a lot, and that's what's happened. But we'll have to see. I don't think there's a guarantee that he is going to be. I think when he got drafted, it was like, this is a future Hall of Famer. Everyone feels like he's got that type of talent. And now we get to find out whether he has the bounce back ability. He's gotten paid now. So where's the motivation? Does that take the pressure off? Or does that take kind of the focus off? I don't know. He's good, though.
Definitely.
He's good. It just has to, and that's the easiest thing probably for him to manage is to protect the football.
Yeah, and he'll get better at that. I don't think that was a big issue at Clemson. His rookie year, you almost can throw out the window, and then he was good his second year, and then he regressed last year, like you were saying. But I think they didn't have any choice here. What are you going to do if you're the Jags? If you wait, price is probably going to go up. And if, what are you going to, cut bait with Trevor Lawrence?
No.
They're not going to start over and try to find another quarterback. I think they did what they needed to do, and with the cap going up as much as it did, it's not that much of an overpay, I don't think. I think they're going to, and they still have 2 more years on his rookie contract.
Former overall number 1, big kid with wheels, 6'6" and can run. He's got a high floor. I think he could start for a long time. It's now their job to build around him, but I think he's got a pretty high ceiling too. So it's a pretty good signing for them today based on where the market is for quarterbacks. I don't think they're regretting this at all.
And that division, as we were saying, has gotten, again, it's nowhere near AFC North tough, but it was a joke going into last year, and that's flipped mainly because of the Texans. But I think the Colts, Anthony Richardson, is a sneaky good pick, I think, in fantasy and just regular NFL quarterbacks this year. I think the Colts are going to be sneaky good. Tennessee, I don't think they're going to be that good, but Jacksonville could be good. They were, as you were saying, they were good 2 years ago. I think they're going to rebound this year. But the Texans, man, the Texans were good last year. They've beefed up getting Stephon Diggs. They did a good job in free agency getting guys. And it's reasonable to assume C.J. Stroud, as great as he was as a rookie, will be better in his second year. So the Texans added Joe Mixon, some others. So, yeah, the Texans are going to be a problem. But I think the Jags, getting back to Trevor Lawrence, I think they made the right move. What are you going to do? This is your guy. You're going to ride or die with Trevor Lawrence. You had no other choice.
No, this was not a very tough decision. This is not like where they haven't seen enough to know whether he was overrated or not. They know. The interesting part about the NFL is trying to win when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. So everything has changed now with how long do we wait? We need to find out about him. Can we win when he's a bargain? Look at Purdy. Look what they've been able to do in San Francisco. This is why they're allowed to pay everybody, because they have a rookie quarterback. So now you mentioned the Colts. Start putting some stuff around Anthony Richardson. Find out while he's on a rookie deal whether you're going to want to pay him. Because think about what bank he's going to break in the years to come. So that's the issue these organizations have now. It's a wild game to play. All right, those are your pre-snap reads for today. We come back and we toss some chin music with our guy J-Lou, Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At
Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar, whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line.
Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
At Hollywood Casino Columbus, you're always in the driver's seat. Don't miss our $50,000 trucker cash giveaway at Hollywood Columbus. Pick between driving off in a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 or $40,000 in Penn slot play or $30,000 in cash. Grand prize awarded on Saturday, June 29th. Earn entries on your slot and table gameplay all month long. For more information, visit HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Bishop and Friends.
Is there any actual empirical evidence that bulking up and being heavier makes you more durable? I pretty much broke my foot when I was fat, so
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
The Ohio Egg Fest is back for its 10th year, presented by Specialty Gas House and Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. Join us for this big green egg grilling competition at Fortress Obetz on Saturday, July 27th. Enjoy all-you-can-eat food from 36 cook teams, live music from North to Nashville, cooking demos, giveaways, and more. Don't miss out on discounted big green egg grill packages with over $600 off retail and a lifetime warranty. Pre-order online at theohioeggfest.com today. Before they sell out, all proceeds benefit cancer research at the James. Get your discounted big green egg grills and your taster tickets now at theohioeggfest.com.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's your cool tip from Custom Air. Remember to avoid blocking the vents around your home to optimize your HVAC system. At least 12 inches of clearance will help with efficient airflow and better comfort. Keep your family and home cool with Custom Air. Go to customairco.com. Custom solutions, custom comfort, Custom Air.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hey you, yeah you, here's a summer treat from Giannino's. Get a medium one-topping pizza for only $8. Giannino's Pizzeria in Pickerington and Westerville. You want a piece of me? Huh? Some restrictions apply.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train air conditioners.
These are guys, Jensen Lewis. He's on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems bullpen phone line. J. Lou, good to have you, my man.
Always, boys. Great to see you last weekend for a little bit, I guess I should say. And, boy, what a finish to that Memorial, huh, AR? That was fun to watch.
Yeah, I may have been the only one rooting for a little overtime there, but it didn't happen. 43 up, 23 down for your Guards, 5 games up on KC. But here comes a sub-500 team this week. Does that give you confidence or give you a little... let's be focused here.
Yeah, I think it's the latter there. And again, one of those trap matchups for me when you look at the way that Logan Allen has struggled for them on the mound and might be the elixir for a Blue Jay offense that is just dying to have something break out for them. And Kevin Gausman, always a tough customer. It will be the starter for Toronto tonight. So, yeah, a little leery for the Guards in the series opener. Again, third city on a 3-city road trip. So, sometimes you can limp towards the finish line on that, albeit they split with the Reds. Either way, got to mind their P's and Q's, especially tonight.
J-Lo, your time as a player, your time as an announcer, you've seen a lot of baseball games live. You've seen a lot of people run on the field and get in trouble. Where do you rank the guy that ran on the field during the Reds-Guardians game, did a backflip in front of the cop, and then got tased? Where do you put that in your rankings?
Yeah, it was surreal because, back in the studio, of course, we have all the different camera angles that people don't get to see on TV. So, we saw it go down. We saw everything that happened. The fact that he landed the backflip is still remarkable. And I give Tyler Freeman all the credit in the world for not engaging in center field. But, yeah, that one's up there for sure. I've only been a part of maybe one or two other ones between the minors and the majors. But that one certainly takes the cake.
So, yeah, it's different, right? A guy runs on the field, at a football game, he's...
Anthony Schlegel might take care of him.
Yeah, he can get flattened, even if he's not in uniform. But that's the danger. But the baseball thing is, where do you stand on the whole when he engaged the center fielder? Like, at that point, do you think that he was worried this is some whack job? Or most people know that, okay, this is just a harmless fan. He's wearing a Johnny Bench jersey. Do you try to just stand your ground or do you walk away? What's the advice there?
Yeah, we're usually told to obviously not engage and assume the worst. I mean, who knows what people are, and if you're crazy enough to jump on the field of play when it is absolutely plastered everywhere, you'll be prosecuted if you do. Then, yeah, you have to have a moment of pause there. So, again, you hope that the metal detectors and everything else find anything hurtful that some of these people would try and bring in there. But your point is well taken, AR. They always remind us in spring training, if something like this comes up, make sure you get yourself some distance and, try not to engage with them whatsoever.
Looking at the Reds real quick, last time I talked to you, J. Lou, I was filling in for Matty. We had you on. I remember the exact record. The Reds were 20-30. Since then, they have been they're 13-5 since then. Obviously, they're not going to keep that pace up, 13-5. What do you attribute the turnaround to? And do you think they can be a legit threat to win the Central?
It's fascinating, Bids, because when you think about where their bullpen was at the beginning of the year and to where it is now, and particularly the last 2 weeks you kind of touched on, it's certainly improved. And Sam Moll, obviously a big part of that. We know what Alexis Diaz has done. Fernando Cruz overall for the year has been good, as been touch and go here the last couple of weeks. But the back end of the bullpen has shored up. You're getting more consistency in the rotation too. Lodolo has been great. Montas has been good. Andrew Abbott has been awesome. If you get Hunter Green now moving in the right direction, particularly tonight against Milwaukee, it'd be a great test for him. Then you feel pretty good. You're in a stretch on this road trip too, where you've got a chance to take advantage because you're not going to face in Pittsburgh. It looks like you're not going to face either Jared Jones or Paul Skeens. So, advantage Reds there with Lodolo and Hunter Green being able to get into that series as well.
You mentioned Logan Allen, and, I'm just curious where you and I have talked about him a lot and, had him on the fantasy team, then dumped him, then he made me pay for it, and then I felt good about it. What do you think is happening with him?
Yeah, honestly, AR, two things jump out, and one when a big inning transpires, it's not three, it's not 2 or 3 runs, it's like 4 or 5. And if you can kind of limit damage at that point, then you're okay. But to me, it's just missing locations over the big part of the plate, and also having damage done against him. It's usually been extra bases, if not homers, that he's given up. And a lot of that, we looked at Tristan McKenzie the last 3 starts before coming in to pitch against Cincinnati. He given up, eight homers in his last 3 starts. So you're kind of worried about the Great American Launching Pad there. That's the dicey part, though, here in Toronto at Rogers Center. I mean, ball flies if that thing is open and it's good weather up there. Just kind of depends on what the starter wants to do. But if it's open, he better be keeping the ball down and keeping it in, especially in the middle of the lineup.
What matchup do you like the best this week in this 3-gamer? You got Allen, Carrasco, Lively going?
Yeah, I would. Obviously, the series finale jumps out because of the way Lively's thrown. Now, you hope that everything's behind him with the back injury and having to be taken out early. For whatever reason, they've always seen Jose Barrios well. Depending on how this series goes, I think is there added pressure for Barrios on Sunday to try and win a series or avoid a series loss, however it works out. The thing that jumps out to me is tonight. I think you could see runs on the board. Gosman's had some shaky first innings, so you could see Cleveland get out to an early lead, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see a little offense there in Toronto.
Josh Naylor's been a really good player each of the last 3 years. 2022, he had 20 homers. He had 79 RBIs, OPS of 77.1. Last year, 17 homers and 97 ribbies, OPS of 842. This year, already 17 home runs for Naylor. What do you attribute that to? Did you see this coming?
Yeah, I think Nails had such a great finish to last year. Remember, Bids, he missed about 5-6 weeks with an injury and almost had 100 RBIs still last year. And that I think is the most eye-popping stat. His first half was all-star worthy, one of the biggest snubs from last year's Midsummer Classic. So I think he came in with a vengeance. He's doing a lot of damage late in games, kind of the same thing he did last year and the season before that. Besides Ramirez, he's the last guy you want to face. Maybe outside of Stephen Kwan, 7th inning or later, just the way that those guys have been swinging it, not only for the season, but Kwani, of course, coming back from the injury has just been just white hot. So Nails has really, when he gets mistakes, he has made literally every pitcher pay for him.
All right, CB, I think we have the audio. I want you to play this audio. This is Bally Sports Great Lakes. I think they had the call of the fan running on the field.
We've got a knucklehead on the field, outfield, and he's trying to engage Tyler Freeman, who gave him the silent treatment, and now said knucklehead is about to get plunked. Oh, he escapes. Oh, he got tased. Down goes Crazy Fan.
How did you not go knucklehead?
There you go.
Wow.
Jeez, I tell you what. I mean, you call him a knucklehead. We call him a gymnast in Cincinnati and a diehard Johnny Bench fan. And he's a Buckeye, too. He's a Buckeye. He's a sophomore at Ohio State.
Yeah, get him on the bird to Paris for the men's team if he's landing backflips like that.
Yeah, the taser was extreme, but you know what? You jump out there. The consequences are there.
Real quick, Ryan Baker was saying he thought the cop went too far, tasing him, just tackle him. And but the guy, in the cop's defense, the guy did the backflip right in the cop's face. Yeah. Right? At that point, if you're the cop, you're like, I'm not going to even risk tackling this guy. I got this taser, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look, because I don't remember when he did the backflip.
He was right by the cop. Yeah, look at it. It's almost like he was almost in the cop's face when he did the backflip. And I love the judge the next day is like, so I hear you landed it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you said friends with the uncle, right?
Well, his grandfather, the kid who did the backflip, ran on the field. I believe his grandfather is a judge, was a judge. That's a pretty tight fraternity when we're talking about judges. Yeah.
All right, J-Lo, be honest though. If you're pitching in that game, and that kid runs up to the mound like you did to Freeman,
he's getting punched.
Are you just doing what Freeman did, or are you?
I'm knocking him out. And the only other story I have for you guys is we were in the middle of a highlight years ago, and when we had a crazy Orioles fan jump the barrier and come on the desk, and I had wound up to just let him have it mid-highlight. I was still doing the highlight, by the way, because that's what you do as a professional. And they got an officer there that grabbed him just in time. Otherwise, that guy had a knuckle sandwich, and I was going to finish the highlight. So, I would not. You delay my game. By the way, you saw Clase through 101 the next pitch. He was PO'd.
Well, yeah. Well, he hit Dunn in the head.
Upset. When anybody sees J-Lou's guns, they don't want to mess with J-Lou. This guy doesn't miss. This guy does not miss a day in the gym.
And you kept finishing the highlight. I'm Batman. He's Batman. All right, Kramer. Good to have you, my man. Have a great
Likewise.
weekend.
You bet. We'll talk next week.
Remember that when Kramer was riding the bus, and I think it was George that, "You're Batman." Like, yeah. You mean you kept making all the stops? Well, they kept ringing the thing. Good stuff. We'll come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone are idiots. You should listen to them anyway.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio's idiot destination.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
It was spring of 2011. Eco Plumbers were just 4 years old. It's 7-ish p.m., and my sister is at her daughter's soccer game.
And I had my tablet in the bleachers with a Magic Jack USB stick.
Magic Jack was cutting edge back then.
Being able to schedule customers for the next morning service right from the bleachers was awesome.
It was this neat hack that let us provide after-hours, in-house call answering, and scheduling back when no other plumbers did that.
Now we run calls as late as 9 p.m. and we'll answer your call 24/7. You can even schedule online.
We always leverage technology to come through for you when you need us to.
Take EcoFi clean-in checks.
Advanced software, sensors, and tablets show the health and efficiency of your system.
And possible trouble spots.
Before we start the cleaning and maintenance, so you can see the before and after improvements for yourself.
Anyone can use technology,
but only eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians use it to constantly upgrade their ability to serve you.
At geteco.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I need you to listen up real quick. One of the largest manufacturers in the United States for CPAP machines recently announced they're suspending sales of all their breathing machines over problems with the devices. Millions of Philips Respironic ventilators and CPAP machines are being recalled now that they've reached a plea agreement with the FDA. That all doesn't sound good. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's why I'm not going to deal with my sleep apnea because I don't want to have a bulky CPAP. Well, this is where you need to call my guy, Dr. Mark Levy. Dr. Mark Levy has dedicated his practice to helping people who suffer from sleep apnea, and he can create a custom mouthpiece for you that stops your snoring and effectively treats your sleep apnea with no CPAP machine. Yeah, he's in network with most major medical insurers and is a Medicare provider too. This is Dr. Mark Levy's passion. He's been doing this a long time. He wants to help you with your sleep apnea and also make it so your partner doesn't want to murder you dead because you snore so much. So do what I did. Call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or book an appointment online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the Truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft beer.
All right, CB, please take us home.
All right, real quick before we start, tell the truth. I got to let you know about the Schmitz-Cardell-Jones Celebrity Softball Game. It is coming and is sponsored by Monogram Homes and U.S. Air Force. It'll be on Saturday, July 20th at 6:30 p.m. at Huntington Park. It'll be current players at Ohio State versus former players. The captains for that game, Cardell Jones for the former players, Emeka Egbuka for the current players.
Ooh, he's good.
Tickets are only $10 and are available today at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Mecca is like legit, like awesome. Like
he's good.
He'll put on a home run derby during the game. Like seriously, that's where Ohio State baseball really messed up. They should have a Mecca playing baseball too. No, Ryan Day's gonna be like, no. We like him at wide receiver.
All right, first question for today. You notice the date? It's 6/14, a.k.a. 614 day for here in Columbus. Very simple question to tell the truth on. What is your favorite part about Columbus?
Ohio State football.
Listen, it's...
Is that cheating?
It's the sports radio station. There's no question about it.
It's the producers that we work with, Colin.
I mean, it's... was there any other answer?
Yeah. Exactly right. And the management.
Sports radio station?
The management as well.
I'm just going to keep it kind of a blanket headline.
Okay. My favorite thing about Columbus is Ohio State football. I mean, I'd be lying if I said something. No, there's so much to I love Columbus, Ohio. I love Columbus, Ohio.
I think when they
Ohio
come to
State
the airport,
football,
they tell you that, or they tell you to go back the other way. You can't get off the plane and get at the airport. They ask you, do you like Ohio State football? If not, go back on your flight.
Go back to Detroit?
Exactly.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, next up, we know it's going to be very hot starting this weekend, heading into next weekend. Tell the truth. What are some of your ways you like to beat the heat during the really hot days?
I like to have a real big, heavy meal and go sit in the park. Kind of let that digest, let those enzymes do their work. Just digest. It's a great question, CB. I mean, the obvious, if you take pool out of the equation, then we've got to figure it out. Because I mean, this is real lazy, but you got to be indoors, AC cranked. That's it. Just sleeping.
Yeah, if I'm indoors, AC cranked, 100%. If we're talking outdoors, I will definitely have to find some shade. Probably have to have some beverages on hand. Probably meaning definitely. I hate the heat. I'd rather be cold than hot. You can at least put layers on. There's only so much you can do if it's like 100 degrees. There's only so many layers you can take off. Don't get any ideas, Anthony.
Maybe a little Alum Creek action. The dogs to the little Alum Creek where they can run in there and stuff. Yeah.
It's a good idea. Yeah. They got a little dog park near us in Hilliard, too. Prairie Oats, it's called. Little dog lake.
Yep. Keep an eye on them this week.
You calling me a liar? I ain't calling you a truther.
All right, we'll carry that conversation over into something AR mentioned to me before the show. He told me while he will have some time off this week, he will be having 2 rounds of golf here in the area. My question to you is, tell the truth. How many of those actual 2 rounds will you play depending on the weather?
I'm going to play no matter if it's 98 or not. I mean, I'll be on a cart. It's never as warm on a golf course, it feels like. I mean, in my mind. I mean, it's not ideal, but if I'm playing golf and not working or not doing something that I don't like, then we'll make it through. It's there's a lot of shade on a golf course. You can find it. I'm getting both those rounds in, and I've already looked. It's going to be 98 Wednesday, I think, and 96 Thursday, whatever. I mean, I knew we were going to pay for the weather we had. I knew it. I told Maddie last week, I go, when we were in Muirfield, I'm like, don't worry. The bill's coming due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your point, I would much, much rather be on a golf course than most other areas you could be playing sports in the summer. For example, my daughters play tennis. Dude, if it's 90 degrees outside on a tennis court, on a hard court, I'm not joking. It feels like it's 120 degrees. It seriously does. I mean, you just feel it in your feet through the soles. Being on a tennis court when it's hot is no fun. I'm not saying it's fun being on a golf course when it's 95, but again, you're not working. You're on a golf course. You have a cart. It's not that bad.
Can you be the guy that comes out and holds the umbrella over them at the changeover? You know, maybe you could be that guy.
I've tried to do that, and my daughter, my oldest, punched me in the face and told me to leave the cage. Is what she? No, I didn't actually do that. No, she does not want me messed up. She'll look over. If she wants to talk, she'll look at me, and I'll give her a little pump or something. She doesn't want anybody talking to her during the match. She doesn't want any umbrellas from her dad. That would embarrass the heck out of her. So maybe I'll do it, Anthony. I'll say Uncle Anthony Thought it'd be a good idea if I had the umbrella out here for you. And she'd be like, get the heck out of here.
Just say, the dad for the Williams sisters, he did it, so that's what you want to be.
That's what I tried to do. They just didn't get the, they didn't quite get the love.
Richard Williams.
My daughters like tennis. They never really fell in love with it, Anthony.
Make them love it, Dave. You're the dad. Force them. That's what it's supposed to be.
I just force them to play. I can't force them to love it.
And force them to win. And if they don't win...
Oh, they know how that works. No dinner.
That's right.
And you're definitely not going to college. So.
Absolutely.
I mean, undefeated records are nothing for you.
And that, my boy, is a damn truth.
All right, final question for today. It is the fan poll. The question is, which former Ohio State linebacker would you want to be paired with in a golf scramble? Is it Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, James Laurinaitis, or Anthony Schlegel?
This is a funny question
that's a good one.
Because this has nothing to do with golf really for me. So if you want to be someone that kind of plays on the edge of the rules and stuff like that and just skirts the etiquette of the golf course, Carp's your man. A.J. Hawk... probably not going to talk too much. Probably going to hit the ball a long way. He'd be a guy if you want to be competitive and win. Laurinaitis, if you want to have a nice time and not be competitive, I would go with that. If you want to maybe lose Schlegel for a few holes when he wanders into the woods for some strange reason,
kill a boar with his bare hands,
or to make friends with the raccoons, like that would be the plan. So just listen to that and then pick your guy. You want to drive a golf cart into a pond, maybe all four of them, but there's your menu.
If you want to drive a golf cart into a pond, Scotty Vegas is your guy. Ryan Baker can tell me that. I'm picking Schlegel. I think I'd have the most fun with Schlegs.
The truth shall set you free.
And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavatier, which means that we are just about out of time.
Yeah, just be prepared to lose Schleg for a few holes and wonder where he is. Dave, great time. Everybody, happy Dad's Day this weekend. Be safe, stay cool, watch the pets, and we'll talk to you next week. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan. This is a Fan Action Update.
This NFL Action Update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Kansas City Chiefs are the favorite, of course, in the AFC West at -230 to win the division. Their odds to make the playoff this season are -500 to make and +360 to miss. Over-under season win total sits at 11.5 games, and the Chiefs are 6-1 to win the Super Bowl again. Good for a tie for the second best odds in the NFL. For your Tipico Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar, whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line.
Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Boss on your back? Break away from the office and head on over to Delaware Golf Club. Grab a group, play 18, and afterwards unwind with a drink by the Fire Pit Bar and Patio. Online booking makes it easy to secure your tee time. So come check out Central Ohio's home for premier golf at Delaware Golf Club.
Hey guys, Andy Katzenmoyer for Game Day Men's Health. Struggling with low energy, lack of focus, and trouble in the bedroom? You might have low testosterone. Game Day is here to help. They specialize in low T and other treatments just for men, like vitamin therapy, sexual wellness, and weight loss. Best of all, it's quick. Get started in as little as one visit. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan to book your free low T test today. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Open your door to a gorgeous Nature Stone floor. This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone. June only, they're making huge deals for Dad with savings up to 50% off any garage floor. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.